stand up, we gon' make some moves tonight. Yeah, stand up, got something to prove tonight. So stand up, we ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright. We ain't gonna stall, never stop. We gon' make it all to the top. We ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright. Yeah, time to stand up, take control tonight. Spend too much time on the plan, it's right. It's time to execute now on your dream in life. Gotta fail fast, learn, try again and fight, alright. Pull the trigger, 6, 7 figures. Making that money from the drive that's in ya. Gold digger, making money quicker. Pain is good, make your skin a little thicker. It ain't luck, anyone that's at the top, no it ain't luck. It's a grind, it's a time since the day one. It's your mind deep inside, how you stay tough, how you get back up. You put the work in and it comes back. Multiply, stack, execute and you can take that. What you want bad, it's the truth, I'm the change that you can make fact. Yeah, I've done it, it ain't luck, I can teach you. Stand up, we gon' make some moves tonight. Yeah, stand up, got something to prove tonight. So stand up, we ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright. We ain't gonna stall, never stop. We gon' make it all to the top. We ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright.
I used to feel like a rock, invincible. Inside my head, everything's impossible. Give me hope, give me strength, give me something. Anything that I could believe in. I recall the day I woke up, ready morning, the doctor on the phone. One more pill, one more night, hardly breathing. There's a stranger in my sky. Look at me now, running in the dark. I'm just looking for a sign. Running in the dark. Why is this happening to me? Those words still ringing in my head. They shut me down, I spend weeks laying in my bed. Give me hope, give me strength, give me something. Anything that I could believe in. With this pain, so young and it feels at the end. At me now. Running in the dark. I'm just
And we are live. What's
Look at that.
happening?
We're back,
That.
baby. Nothing.
I
everything's-
always chuckle with the intro where the hatch opens up and immediately you'd be dying, but she opens the hatch up, looks
Yeah.
over, and then
Well, I guess that was the only take they had time for, so good for
yeah,
her.
so it's like a delayed reaction where she looks at it and
I just like the goofies, the wow.
Yeah.
That always cracks me up. So, how have you been since last Tuesday? I saw you went to your beloved Detroit Tigers ball game last
I
Wednesday.
did go to I wanted to go to more, but I was doing stuff with Aiden for the sports channel. I was doing stuff with you on Tuesday, so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go Wednesday. So I had a half day at work and Ubered right
was
to the stadium.
My next question was going to be, did you have to play hooky from work? Because you normally,
No,
but I guess you took
every
a half
other
day.
Wednesday is my half day because we have to work Saturdays and they don't want to pay us overtime.
Yeah.
So
Well, your
I
Tigers,
was like, I'm going to take advantage of the half day.
and you got to see your Tigers win. Didn't they sweep them in the
Yes, they
3-game
did.
series? Nice.
Yeah, where the hell that team has been, I have no idea.
Yeah, I looked at your pitching is pretty good. Your team ERA is decent. I guess, is it the hitting that's the problem?
See, here's the thing: it's somebody that's not a Tigers fan, and it probably happens to your teams too, where they're like, "Well, the Tigers are not doing good," and it's like, okay, but did you see what happened? 6 out of the 9 players that are in their starting lineup all went down to injury.
Yeah.
So it's like, yes, they're not doing good, but they literally had scrubs playing to fucking keep the wheels on. And it's just like, it's not a representation. They'll just be like, oh, the Tigers suck. It's like, you didn't pay attention to what actually fucking happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But from the other end, though, if you remember the coach of the Minnesota Vikings, Dennis Green, when he said the famous line, "You are what your record says you are."
Yeah, basically.
In the end, that's what people see. But
Yeah.
I was glad that they got a win for you because I know you're all excited to go see them play.
4 out of 5.
That game was sparsely attended, though. But I guess it was the middle of a workday. So.
It was the middle of the workday. Yeah. Yeah, it was sparsely attended. But it was fun. That stadium is kind of cool because it's very personal. Like I was behind home plate, but I was up a little bit. Like I wasn't like in the cheap seats, but I was sort of like in the middle behind home plate. And you walk out, and you get your like that section gets their personal bathroom, so you didn't have like a fucking like
hell
the
yeah.
urinal where you got 15 dudes standing there. Like you literally walk in, and it's a small bathroom, and people that sit in that section go to that bathroom. I was like, this is actually kind of cool.
Yeah. Is that so? Is it the same stadium that the Bucks play in? Is it Raymond James Stadium, or is it?
No, Raymond James is in Tampa. This is in St. Petersburg, about 15 minutes from where I live.
I got you. And
that's the one that had the dome freaking fly off because of the hurricane.
Oof.
Yeah.
And would you go see another game there, even if your Tigers weren't in it, just to go see a ball?
Yes, I probably would. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Cool. You can make
a fun experience and everything,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm Tampa. A homer, so I'm always going to root for my teams. But I would definitely go there and check out another game.
Yeah, you can have I have main teams, but I've got mistress teams too.
Yeah.
Like in hockey, my team's the Capitals. I kind of like the Bruins low key too. They're my other team.
Yeah, because your wish, like if you had a wish without like time or anything getting in your ways, you wanted to be the goalie for the Bruins, didn't you?
I did when I was like 5. With my dream. So dumb. Oh well.
That's awesome.
Well, anyway, yeah, I had an interesting.
Some kids want to be a doctor. Some kids want to be a scientist. Julio wanted to be the goalie for the Bruins.
I want to be hit in the face by pucks going 100 miles an hour. So this past Saturday, I went up to Ellicott City, Maryland, which is a suburb of Baltimore, on a date, right? So I'm driving to get to the date, and I'm noticing there's a lot of cars here. And the more I drive, it's wall-to-wall packed. Then I start seeing drag queens walking down the street. I start hearing music. It turns out I wound up smack dab in the middle of Pride Festival in Ellicott City on Saturday. My girl did not know this was happening. So it was weird. We had a good time, but there's a lot of
naked wow-ass hanging out.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't lewd or anything. It was just like I had walked into another planet.
If you go to LA during the Pride Festival, it's like during the summer, like 2 days, two nights or something. You see penises everywhere, and it's just like, I don't want be gay. If you want to be gay, be gay.
I'm with you.
Why do I have to see your wiener hanging out? Why?
I agree. Yeah, one of the most jarring things for me is I went into it. It was a Japanese restaurant. My girlfriend was getting some food to take home, and I'm like, let me go to the bathroom real quick. And they, I guess, had a unisex bathroom, which where I live doesn't happen. So the door's locked, and I'm waiting to use the bathroom, and a 7-year-old girl walks out, and I'm like, this is just weird. Like, so I walked. I don't know, man. I think I'm just old. I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
But it was a fun date.
I don't understand the whole catering to everybody. No. Like I was taught basically here, like it or lump it.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Aiden? What's happening, dude?
What's up, Aiden? Yeah, what's this music show with Aiden you're talking about? I didn't know about this. You keeping secrets from your co-host, Eric?
No, for sports, the sports channel.
Sports. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Aiden likes talking sports, and he wanted to be part of the show, and I was like, I'll sit there and talk sports all day with you. So we'll do some videos for the sports channel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this something I'd like to watch them? I guess I'll go look for them.
Yeah. Frames and Rhythm Sports.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, nice to meet you, Aiden.
Yeah. I was playing video games with Aiden forever.
Oh, yeah.
And then we just became friends, and yeah. So anyway.
Nice.
So I've got a handful of stuff, more than a handful, maybe a dozen stuff that we're going to talk about. The main topic that we're going to talk about is this. I've got 1 or 2 catch-up videos with this Rob Reiner murder, and then I have a couple stuff that's happened recently. So it's kind of a catch-up thing, and then what's happening recently. And then I've got some Corey Feldman stuff that we're going to talk about.
Great.
I've got some different videos about different things, kind of like stuff from the past that we'll probably reminisce about or something.
Good.
We're gonna do License to Ill for our album of the week.
Excellent.
So we're gonna get into it. So
all right, I do like the title of the show that you used. I'm intrigued because I did not know about this news, and your title sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
It just sounds so dumb. I'm
not gonna lie, that's what I did.
All right.
I cannot tell a lie. He did it. Okay, so this happened a few years back where Rob Reiner was doing a movie called Being Charlie.
Yep.
And it was based off of some of the things that his son was doing and being an addict. So this son right here is the one that murdered him. But this was a few years back. So it's going to kind of like a rewind of what happened and who the players are, basically. So
a little prologue. Yeah.
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 Okay.
You don't want to set me off.
Yeah.
Were you
Oof.
ever could shine?
Number one, would you want to say that on national TV, even though this was years before? Would you really want to say that?
No, but he wasn't lying. He was right.
Poorly on your career or something like that?
No, that never crossed my mind. I mean, you know, he's my son. I love him. It doesn't matter. That he's more important than anything that could happen to me.
Charlie, why don't you tell
And
us?
right there, he's thinking, how can I do stuff to my parents?
Yep. He kind of looks
what
a
you wanna
little
thank God for?
sketchy.
He looks off for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
6 months of sobriety. Nothing you want to say?
Do I smell like weed? No, I think I smell like weed.
Is most of the movie parallel to your life, or almost all of it?
No, we took from our lives, but it's a fiction. I mean, Nick can tell you because he went through all of this, and I think you took from a lot of different people, didn't you?
Yeah, from my own experiences and from also seeing other people going through it, and also the varying establishments that I was in, you really get a sense for that whole world. So
People going through it. So basically, you don't have to work. Your parents are loaded to the max. You're a Nepo baby, and you're addicted to meth and cocaine and whatever else that he was doing. So, yeah.
It reminds me of like football players or basketball players that everything literally handed to them.
Yeah.
And they still fuck it up.
Like you start on third base.
Yeah.
Sports reference. You start on third base and you fuck it up.
Yep.
and it's not like copy and pasted, but it's definitely derivative of reality. Sort of like a 4-year process. Like first we started out with this like slapsticky half-hour comedy pilot that was horrendous, bad jokes and everything. And he looked at it and was like, eh. And then
I just felt he could go deeper. He could go deeper with it. I mean, it was funny, but I felt the subject matter, should allow him to go deeper with it.
Yeah, well, that wasn't said at the time. It was
did.
sort of just like, hey, this is trash. But anyways, we went along and
I mean, I'm not a Rob Reiner guy, but I do appreciate him saying it's trash and he didn't just hand the keys to the city, even though he probably pretty much did.
Yeah. Do you think
in
it was
hindsight, it seemed like he didn't hand the keys to the city to him? He told him, yeah, it's not good. So we need to beef it up a little bit.
It depends on what their agreement was. If dad said, I will finance your movie and that's that, then I don't know that Rob Reiner really had a say in it. It's kind of rude. But if
My
Rob
father
Reiner
would be
says,
like, well, you can't do it, then fuck it. And then walk away.
but if Rob Reiner said, well, I'm going to give you the money, but I've got final approval on the final project, then that's a whole different story. But the kid clearly did not like that feedback.
Yeah.
4 years went by, and then I met up with Matt for a bagel in New York City, and we were like, what about that old script that we were, maybe there was some good stuff in there. And we went in and we looked at one page, and we were like, this is terrible. And then, I just sort of wrote a new pilot, then got around to him saying, would you like to make a movie out of this? And we were like, we don't know how to do that. And then we just tried to do it.
Was it cathartic in a way to revisit the journey?
Yeah, of course.
Walmart's 500 million items means that every day
We are monetized. If anybody wants to give us super chats for YouTube premium, we will put that right back to the show.
Pretty much.
I mean, we went through a lot. I mean, we didn't do it to be cathartic, but
well, YouTube keeps on playing with the goalposts, because back in the day, you would have maybe an ad in the middle of the video. This is a 12-minute video. You might have one ad like in the middle or something. No, every 3 minutes they're adding an ad.
Yep.
Turned out that's what happened. I mean, it forced me to understand a lot more of what Nick was going through, and I think it forced him to see what I was going through, and that brought us closer together. And during the process of working on the film, it took about a year just working on the script. The first draft they wrote was like 190 pages. They had thrown everything in that they had gone through.
Manifesto.
Yeah, and we
Ooh. Bro, this guy's creepy as fuck. I don't know, man.
And he's a manifesto, what he had when he murdered his parents. He's saying that he's going to snap, which he did when he murdered his parents. I mean, this video is just, yeah.
That said, why isn't he talking about his project? Why is his dad speaking for him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Probably because he paid for it, I guess.
He's socially awkward. He is just a weirdo.
As we shaped it and changed it, the whole process got us.
So that being said, Trump basically said that I guess Rob Reiner should have paid more attention to his son other than bashing me.
Trump's such
and
a
people
troll.
were just like, "You're making it about yourself." It's like he literally trashed Trump like every day for years.
Yeah.
And it's like he's got a point where your own son literally takes the life of you and your wife. Would you say that he didn't do that great of a job of being a parent if you get murdered by one of your sons or daughters?
I would put that in the L column, Derek, as a parent. I would agree with you. Yes.
I mean, like everybody parents differently.
Sure.
But if you're murdered by your parent, by one of your kids, then I think that's a L.
I would agree. Was it appropriate for Trump to say that? Well, polite company would say no. Was he wrong? Probably not. And the other question is, like the thousands of people that quickly rushed to Rob Reiner's defense over a tweet, like why? Rob Reiner doesn't need their defense. Why are you fighting for him?
We've got a little bit of that we're going to show in a couple videos. So,
all right.
Not necessarily about Rob Reiner, but just in general about Trump. So
It's closer together because we started understanding each other a little bit better.
I'm not going to listen to you tell me what a drug addict I am.
Tough, Dan.
Careful, I'm one of your constituents now. You wouldn't want to lose the governor's race by one vote.
You can either head back to treatment or live on the streets. It's your choice.
I can't tell exactly what got me into them besides the fact that I thought they were really cool and I just wanted to do them. But I think I heard this question a lot, and I think the only answer I can give for wanting to tell a story like this is that it's even more powerful to tell it about someone who is going through this and they're given everything and they're in an opulent situation and they're still deciding to go to the drugs. And that's more powerful than some, in our opinion, that's the only story that we know. We don't know any other story.
And I think, it cuts across socioeconomic boundaries. I mean, if you look what's going on now with the heroin epidemic around the country, it's invading white middle class suburban neighborhoods. So it doesn't really it crosses all economic boundaries.
And his son is hanging out in New York City, which is insanely expensive, but it's not his money.
Right. And I don't like it when people who are living in gated mansions with millions and millions of dollars try to say that they understand how the poor people are doing.
Yeah, the plebs are doing.
You don't understand. I would have respect Rob Reiner more if he came out and said, I don't fucking know. I got millions of dollars. I know shit about poor people.
Yeah,
I wonder how the poor people are doing. Start fanning money.
I mean, that's happening now in 2026. Is it all these people crying on social media are all well-to-do who shouldn't have an opinion because number one, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Number two, they're not poor.
No,
you got millionaires crying and whining.
Yep.
And difficulties that you have are not relegated to only people who are unprivileged.
How bad did it get at home between the two of you?
It's reflected in the movie where the father character talks about how, he didn't know what to do. So he listened to anybody who had a desk and a diploma to do exactly what you're talking about. But the truth of the matter is you have to be who you are. And I made mistakes in that I didn't go with my gut instinct and the feel. And I know Nick better than, some expert who's never met him. And I think had I listened to my own instincts, I would have done a lot better by Nick. But, you do what you do. You're a parent and you think, Here's my kid running out into the street. He's going to get hit by a truck, or you want to keep them safe. So you do what they tell you. You feel you're at their mercy. But what I feel after all of this is it's not about punishing. If somebody is struggling and has difficulties, you don't punish them for that. And
Bro, look at the stare on that kid's face. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a serial killer stare.
Kinda.
Do you think, in your opinion, Rob Reiner is being very showy right now, where he's just like, I made mistakes and jolly gee, I tried to do my best, and it's almost like it's a performance, right?
I think you're right, but I also think there's something deeper to it. It's almost like this is public therapy for him. He wants to communicate with his son, but he can't do it one-on-one, so he's taking the opportunity in this interview to try to kind of indirectly, low-key.
Like, I'm sorry, son, even though I'm just doing it in front of the camera.
Yeah, I think he's trying to reach his son in some way here, which is, endearing, but I don't know. Yeah,
doesn't end well.
Well, I mean,
a lot of these programs
can't blame a guy for trying.
And this is the beginning of Rob Reiner going psycho killer on Trump, because Trump was elected in 2016. So.
Yeah, I mean,
kid is being punished, and I don't think that's a great way to go. I mean, how do you feel about it, Nick?
About what part of
about what I was just saying about the idea.
See, this is a therapy session right here.
I wasn't paying attention, Nick.
I'm here, so it worked.
I was thinking of titties, Dad. Sorry.
All I ever wanted was a way to kill the noise.
Me too, brother.
First.
For everyone, it's different. For me, the noise was basically, living in the family that I live in and catching heat for that sort of stuff. And also just
for being a Reiner?
I guess. I mean, people would like to think that's a real bigger deal than it actually is, but it's really like I was an emotional kid who.
Okay, Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner's done some epic movies in the 80s and the 90s. Okay,
absolutely.
Did you know who the fuck his son was until this whole thing folded? I didn't know that. So how is he taking heat when nobody knows who the fuck this guy was until he murdered his parents?
I don't think anybody knew who he was until he murdered his parents. And I could be wrong here, but isn't Carl Reiner, who was very famous in the 50s and 60s?
I think it's his dad.
Rob Reiner's dad?
I think so.
So this is generational wealth has just fallen upon this kid. But I think the kid, he looks like he's on, I'm not diagnosing, I'm not a doctor, but he kind of looks like he's on the spectrum a little bit. A little neurodivergent, I think the term is. A little bit of autism, maybe.
Children, Rob Reiner, Lucas Reiner, and Annie Reiner. So, yep.
Oh, okay.
His father was in the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Right.
The Jerk, Ocean's 11. The Man with Two Brains.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, he was the boss. He was Dick Van Dyke's boss in the Dick Van Dyke Show, which is a show I watched nightly. So he was a big deal.
Yeah, he was a big deal. Yeah.
Had problems, and I just.
And then he started on the All in the Family.
Meathead, yeah.
Meathead, yeah. It was really thin back then.
I was not so fond of myself, so I kind of, had problems in that way. But in terms of the thing you were saying before, it's like, I think that our relationship was not as it was portrayed in the film. Like, there were this sort of like holding the line and being tough, but like we didn't ever argue like quite like that. I mean, we did, I guess, to a degree, but it was never.
He was fiery. You don't seem very fiery to me. You seem like you
crazy.
might just.
I get crazy.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, once again,
lies
were told.
Yeah. Okay, so Rob Reiner did When Harry Met Sally. He did The Princess Bride, Spinal Tap, Stand By Me, of course, All in the Family, Misery, A Few Good Men, The Wolf of Wall Street, Flipped.
All bangers, Derek.
TV show.
That's a hell of a run.
That's a hell of a run. Yeah. There is no doubt, as far as a filmmaker, he's a genius.
Yes.
As a person,
well, Trump derangement syndrome goes across socioeconomic lines, to quote Rob Reiner. There's poor people that are dumb and rich people that are dumb.
Yeah.
There's some big blow-ups there.
No, we both can get
You
pretty.
don't roll easily either.
No, we can
so-
both get pretty hot, and there were times when we did get hot.
Yep.
But
But you weren't like cold like that. He was very loving and compassionate. I just think that he didn't really know what to do.
What about mom?
I didn't go to either of them because neither of them believed a word I said, but it was sort of like comforting to talk to her because she was a little bit more in touch with.
Yeah, because he was a meth and crack addict. So
Yeah, he was trying to. I don't know, man. Sometimes I think young people who have money like that, they don't think having money is cool, so they want to be cool, and they're like, "I'm sticking it to the man. I'm gonna go be a junkie, man." I'm like, no, you've been given millions of dollars. Shut up and take the money and go do what you want to do.
Her emotions and how she felt about it, and he was sort of trying to, follow orders, I guess.
You went to, how many times did you go to rehab? You said, is it 18 times?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
18 times.
How many times? Okay, so how many times do you think a poor homeless crack addict can go to rehab on their budget?
Forcefully, maybe one or two, and that's paid by the state.
18 times.
18 times.
How many? Okay, let me get. What's
And
your
who
magic
stands
number?
out as the redheaded stepchild? Is there anybody in this picture that stands out?
Yeah, just yeah, just a little bit. My rule on rehab, when I hear rehab stories, it's like baseball for me. It's 3 strikes, and then you're out. I'm done with you. If you can't get it right in 3 times, you're on your own.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I had a cousin that went through rehab multiple times because of alcoholism, and he died of alcoholism because he couldn't stop. So, like, I understand on that tip, but 18 times you got no job. What else are you doing?
Oh boy,
he's living his best life, not having to do anything, and he can't keep it straight.
Yeah, he's just
Wild to me.
dumb, I guess.
Dumb? Oh yeah.
It had to come from you. So what was rock bottom?
There wasn't one. It's all rock bottom. It all sucked.
When did you? What made you finally make it not a 19th?
I got just sick of it. I mean, it's hard to believe that you wouldn't get sick after 5 of them, but I mean, after 18, I was like, okay, I'm pretty bored of this. It wasn't like I want to go back to rehab. I was like, I'm sick of.
By 18, he went to rehab that many times before 18.
No, I think he meant to say by the 19th time he was going to rehab.
Oh, gosh, I'm going to say, wait a minute.
Actually, that's pretty smart. He got so sick of rehab that he quit drugs because he didn't want to go back to rehab to quit drugs. It's sort of circular logic there, but I kind of get it. He looks, I will say, he doesn't look like a guy who has been to rehab 18 times. He doesn't look like a drug addict at all.
He talks like a drug addict, but he doesn't look like one.
Yes, he does talk like,
this cycle, this using drugs, it being so temporary, the fix, then going back.
It's just wild and crazy. It's like I made a manifesto and stuff. That's what it sounds like.
Into a place for months on end, then getting out and just, rinse,
This
wash,
being
repeat.
my life.
Yeah.
Do you believe? And they'll tell you you're gonna die if you continue on this way. Do you think you would die, or did you still feel invincible?
No, I mean, of course, there's that level of feeling that way, but I was, the rate I was going was probably not great. Gonna end up great.
Did you feel like? Did you ever get close?
Yeah. Sure.
How do you manage it now? Do you go to AA meetings regularly? And
I found that those weren't as helpful for me as things like staying active and replacing not just
So his form of medicine basically didn't work, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah. Yep.
See, Rob Reiner's looking down like that. He does not agree with that.
Yeah, he probably thinks he should have done the 12-step bit in NA or AA and stayed that course. But I mean, you can't tell this kid what to do.
Placing the activity that you were doing before with stuff that's healthier, like working out, if you can afford it, going to a therapist, as well as having a good, support group of friends. I have that, which is lucky, and not everybody has that. and I have some supportive parents.
All my dealers are really cool.
You found his writing, and that's something that he likes to do.
They told me I was special, and then handed me some shit.
Yeah, he's not kind of not wrong though. His idea is sort of on point in that if you replace being a junkie with something that you feel better about, like working out and being healthy, that can help. I mean, it's not terrible advice.
Yeah.
When he works with his friends doing that, so.
Can you be in a room now where people are drinking or?
I mean, nice smiley family, nice smiley kid. What is going on right here? I mean, he looks like fucking what's the dude from Fear and Loathing?
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name. First off, tell Nick and Rob to take their fucking hats off in a restaurant.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
rude.
For sure. Yes, it is. Rude bastards.
Yep.
Smoking pot or something, or do you consciously avoid those situations?
No, I want to be there when they're doing that because I don't want to feel alienated like I'm some, special case, or I don't want to feel any different or alienated. I just want to be part of the crew again, just not do that other stuff.
You're gonna sit there and tell me that he rejects that stuff when he's around people that are doing it? Get the hell out of here. I was born at night, but sure the fuck wasn't last night.
Yep. It makes it more difficult, that's for sure. But it's like just because you're quitting doesn't mean everybody else has to. So
yeah, no shit. It's like I'm quitting
today. I'm like, oh, that's good. You quit drinking. That's nice. I'm getting a beer real quick if you don't mind. Like that's your problem, not mine. If it's somebody that I'm like family that I'm close to, then I would say okay, But if it's just some dude, I'd be like, I mean, it's not my problem, really.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you do when that little voice comes in and says, let's do something, let's use or something? How do you get over that?
I just replay what's happened every single time when I decide to give into the.
I just replay and stuff.
That voice, and it's never been good. So it's just like if I look at it from like a mathematical standpoint.
And you can tell he's a smoker. Look at his two front teeth. They're stained with cigarette smoke or something.
I am shocked that he has teeth at all after being a drug addict in rehab 18 times.
Right here.
Yeah, it happened. I smoked for 20 years, so yeah.
Statistics are like 0 for it going well. So
you didn't.
Were you ever worried that that Nick could shine poorly on your career or something like that?
No. That never crossed my mind. I mean, he's my son. I love him. It doesn't matter. That he's more important than anything that could happen.
See,
to
Rob
me.
Reiner is speaking to the interviewer, but he's talking to his son,
Jake and Romy.
Right.
Yes, which in my opinion, it's performative. In my opinion.
Yeah. I'm sure he loves his son, but yeah, I hear you. You might be right. It might be partially him trying to show I'm such a great dad to the public.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So that doesn't factor in.
What is your advice, Rob, to parents who might be in this situation with a kid that's struggling?
I think listen to your kids. Go, try to spend as much time you can with your kids. Try to understand your kids and don't punish them because this is my opinion. In my opinion, the reason they're taking, whether it's drugs or alcohol or gambling, whatever they're doing it because there's a pain. There's something inside they don't feel good. They don't feel good about themselves and they're self-medicating. So try to understand why it is they're not feeling good. Kids that don't use drugs at all, just going through teenage years is difficult.
What did he have to fucking struggle about? Nothing.
I don't know. I mean, well,
like I understand like people that have parents that split, people have a parent that passed away, like me. My mother passed when I was 14 years old. So it's like there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of motherly stuff that I missed out on because she passed when I was 14. So there was a lot missing. So I do understand that. He didn't lose a parent. No, he murdered his parents. He didn't lose any brothers or sisters, and he had a blank check to do whatever the fuck he wanted to. So what exactly pain is he enduring?
I don't know. I agree with what you're saying. It's things like I come from a broken home. Your mom unfortunately passed away when you were young, but those are things that were outside of our control.
Correct. Yes.
What
There's a
Nick
difference
is going
between making
through-
choices and then falling into a situation you didn't ask to be in.
Yeah, Nick Reiner picked up the pipe on his
Yes.
own, out of his own free
Everything
will.
he did was because he wanted to do them.
Yep, and he was so fortunate to have so much money around him that he got 18 tries in rehab and all this stuff, and it still didn't work. I mean,
It doesn't stick because
it's a shame he fell in
didn't
it.
want to get clean.
I feel
18
bad.
tries?
I feel bad for the kid. And to Rob Reiner's point, kinda is that all addicts are the same, really, no matter how much money they have, because all they care about is their addiction. And really, so to Rob Reiner's point, you know, a rich crack addict is the same as a poor crack addict. It's just one's got more money than the other.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to just stay with them.
And then I guarantee you that Rob Reiner's son became friends with other, not necessarily Hollywood people, but their sons and daughters. And it was probably so easy to get drugs, and he didn't have to pay for them because he is a Nepo baby.
Oh, that's a good point. That brings me to a question for you, Derek. You worked out there. I mean, it's probably easier for kids like Nick Reiner to get to score or get a
Oh
hook
yeah,
up.
I mean, musicians have even talked about this, where they go anywhere and somebody hands them a drink. Don't even say anything, just hand them a drink.
Nobody does that for me, Derek. Okay, it's fine. I'm not jealous
either. I've done the handing and did shots with people, but
yeah.
And try to understand as best you can. And whatever you do, don't be punitive, because I don't think that helps at all.
What worked for you that mom and dad did, and what didn't?
You know, everything. What worked is when they kind of like were like, you know what? They turned their back and they were like, you know, you got to figure it out for yourself. You're an adult now. Like, this is getting old. Like, you know, sort of not like we don't care, but just like, you know, I don't know.
Nick, if dad said from the very beginning, God, I love you. I'm so you. I think it seems to be in terrible pain, and I hope you work it out. No, I always love you. And do you think you would have, instead of it would have been a shorter journey? Maybe not 18 rehabs. You might have gotten there quicker, or no?
I think it needed to happen the way it happened. I was a real like nutcase. I was crazy, and I just
was.
Yeah, but you know, wait till you see what's cooking later.
He's murdered his parents
Yep.
years after this. So
yeah, you think he was crazy
it was
back
more
then?
than drugs. It's really always about more than that, and I needed a lot of that sort of discipline. It's you know, it's life. Life goes on. Life happens. Things flare up.
Life. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not. It's, you know, the movie doesn't. It's not happily ever after the movie, but it is hopeful that you know, that Charlie's moving in a good direction.
No,
That
it's
the
not.
father is starting to understand Charlie a little bit better, and I think it's, you know, it's like Nick says, it's a process. It goes on, and you live your life.
Thank you for sharing your story and sharing your.
yeah, there's
was
a
an
lot
awkward
of clues
interview,
in that one.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so these I've got 3 or 4 that's going to catch us up on some of the stuff what's going with the trial and kind of catch us up on the actual incident that happened. So
All right, welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Cody Thomas in today for Ted Rollins. Now, before we head back into that Utah courtroom, let's check in on some breaking news out of California, where Nick Reiner was arraigned in court just moments ago, and he has officially pleaded not guilty in the killing of his parents, Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner. Now, Reiner sat in the glass box and only spoke to the court to agree to waive his rights to a speedy trial. He was not wearing the suicide prevention smock that he was seen wearing during his first court appearance back in December. Now, Nick has been held with
suicide retention smocks
I don't even know what the
in
hell.
a glass fucking case.
Dude, that sounds like some hibbity jibbity to me. I don't know.
without bail since his arrest hours after the actor, director, and his wife of 36 years were found dead with stab wounds back in December.
So from what I understand, and we might see this in one of the videos, he showed up at like a bar with blood all over himself. And that's when they basically called the cops, and he's over here because he was a person of interest, and he comes to a bar or something where he had a bunch of blood on himself.
Well,
So
you get
it's
stressed out after you're killing your parents. It makes sense. You'd want a nice drink, calm down, steady the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I mean, those rehabs didn't really help too much on that, but okay.
December of last year at their home in Los Angeles. Let me bring in my guest for this hour to discuss criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Jack Rice. Jack, are you surprised at this? Not guilty.
Yeah, I'm not. But you got to remember everything that's going on underneath this. They just took this before the grand jury. They just came back with first-degree premeditated murder charges. So we're looking at those seriously right now as well. Now, you have to look backward and realize there's some mental health issues. He was under conservatorship earlier. There may be issues of that in this case. So even if they have him, even if they have evidence in this case, if those charges are there, there's no benefit, frankly, for him to plead guilty at this point, because the likelihood could be if he pleads guilty, he goes to prison for the rest of his life. My response is, why would anybody do that? And I think that's really where we sit. But I think this really highlights what's coming next, which is enormous changes.
That's what I mean. You know, the evidence is so overwhelming. And I'm just sitting here thinking if and when this goes to trial, it's almost like, you know, that scene in Rocky IV where Adrian tells Rocky, you can't win. Yes. It seems like he won't be able to win with all this evidence.
Trust me, I've been Rocky in that case.
Right. You know,
Yeah, they had blood. They have the murder weapon. I mean, it's not good. It's not good for good old Nick here.
This I never understood. I guess they're trying to go for like he's not mentally capable to stand trial, and maybe that's what they're trying to go on. Which to me, anybody who kills somebody is a nut job. So that's
well, his original attorney quit.
Oh.
And he's got a public defender right now. He doesn't have like a lawyer.
Oh,
or like
my
he
man
has a lawyer assigned to him.
A public defender. Oh, he's screwed.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Yeah. So, and that's exactly where we sit with this. But think about it this way, and I think people will watch trials, including the one we're dealing with right now. There is years of a tale before this. And remember, it's not just first appearances. We have omnibus appearances and pretrials and contested pretrials. And you're dealing with motions in limine to try to exclude pieces of evidence. There's also competency issues. And remember, competency, and I don't have to go back to his conservatorship. My response is, what was his competency at the time of the murders themselves and the deaths, the homicides of his parents? What about his competency throughout this process? Because competency cuts two ways.
Can you hit
it's
pause
going to also
quickly?
be what's
I'm sorry,
going
Derek.
on.
I just want to make this statement, and this is not the opinion of Frames and Rhythm. I hate lawyers. I hate them.
No, you've said that
so
before,
much.
so it's documented.
I cannot stand them. They are liars by profession. This kid rolled up, killed his dad, right? Did he kill the mom too?
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
I
He
guess
needs
that
to
they
be
were at,
in
I
jail.
mean, I guess I could find an older video, but they were at a Christmas party and Nick was there with them and he was acting weird and people were complaining. He left the party because he was forced. And then all of a sudden the Reiners went back home and all of a sudden they ended up dead.
If I recall
So it's
correctly,
like
it was Conan
embarrassed or
O'Brien's.
something?
Yeah, Conan O'Brien's party, I think.
I think
is what it was.
Like Conan O'Brien's party or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the kid rolled up acting all like a fool. And I think some of the guests said, get this weirdo out of here.
He's weird. Get him out of here. And it's like,
And
well,
then-
it's Rob Reiner's son. And they still gave him the boot. And I guess he took it out on his parents or something for embarrassing him or something.
Yeah, but this lawyer, it's words out. The guy killed his parents. He should be in jail or killed.
Yeah.
Or executed, rather.
You know damn well they're going to have leniency on him too, because it's LA. You know damn well they will.
Well,
which is pathetic in my book.
It's ridiculous.
Right now, does he have the ability to understand what he's being charged with and help in his defense right now, let alone his competency at the time of the incidents themselves? Think about that. This is a year, 2 years in the making. This is an enormous fight. I've done these myself, and I can tell you, they take years.
He killed his parents. There's not much.
Yeah, he did kill his parents.
Not much to talk about after that.
Not much. No.
How are you going to get him off the streets? Are you going to put him in the chair or throw him in jail? There's your options. I'd be a shitty lawyer, Derek.
Yeah, you'd just be like, you know what? Just string his ass up.
Yeah, I know I'm representing him, but I'm telling you, this motherfucker did it. Oh, don't listen to him.
An apple. What are you doing?
I'm trying to watch the hockey game today. Can you just string this dude up real quick?
You pull the Jack Nicholson. I got a Laker game in 20 minutes. Let's go.
Yep. Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
For the first time since his parents' deaths, in a picture-filled post on Substack, Jake calls the minutes after finding out his parents were stabbed to death unendurable. Rob and Michele Reiner's other son, Nick, has been charged with their murders and has pleaded not guilty. Now Jake is asking for love, compassion as privacy, and he as his sister navigate the situation. ABC's Trevor Alt has the latest in Los Angeles. Trevor, what's happening with this case now?
Well, we're expecting next to see Nick Reiner back in court on Wednesday of this coming week for a preliminary hearing. Diane, as you know, he has been charged with murdering both of his parents. And this is a pretty big breakthrough because it's the first time that we're hearing from Jake Reiner, the other son of Rob and Michele Reiner, in a very emotional, really heartbreaking post that he had written on Substack that was quite lengthy, talking about the pain and the difficulty that he and his sister are still enduring every single day because of the sudden and brutal murders of his parents, carried out allegedly by his brother Nick. Now, in the Substack post, he makes very few references to his brother. He never mentions him by name. There's one portion specifically that's really the only time where he references him, and I want to read that to you now. He says, "Any loss of a parent is devastating, but nothing compares to losing both of them at the same time, and on top of that, having your brother be at the center of it." Now, what we've heard in terms of this investigation is that we have been told the night before the murders in December, Nick Reiner was at a holiday party at Conan O'Brien's home and, according to sources, got into an argument with his father there. He was described by people at the party as acting strangely. According to authorities, he then stabbed both of his parents to death inside their home here in Los Angeles in the middle of the night. Now, he has pleaded not guilty to these charges. We know a prior attorney that represented him said, pursuant to the laws of California, he is not guilty. It could be an indication as to where this case is going. Mental health might be a factor here, and it's possible that Nick Reiner could change his plea to not guilty by reason of insanity. As we said, he is due back in court on Wednesday. That is for a preliminary hearing. Diane.
Trevor Alt, thank you.
Do they have loony bins in California? Like, if he gets let off on an insanity charge, they throw him in what, a sanitarium or something? Do they?
They'll let him out on the street because this is LA.
What?
A bunch of freaking weirdos. You know that they're gonna have sympathy on this dude.
We need to bring back loony bins in this country. There's some crazy people out there, and they need to be put somewhere.
All right, let me share this one real quick.
I do feel bad for the other son and the sister. It's terrible. Awful.
It's terrible because you're going to be linked. His brothers and sisters are going to be linked to a psychopath.
Nick Reiner had a trust well before the passing of his parents. That trust is an irrevocable trust that is his money. It's in the name of a trustee. He is the beneficiary, and that trustee has a duty and an obligation to see to that trust in the best interests of his client. And that client is one person, that's Nick Reiner. That's what the money that the lawsuit indicates is being held back from Nick. And it's wildly unfair. No matter what you think about the case, no matter what people...
How is it... Okay, so the trust was established by his father, his parents, his legal guardians at the time. He probably did it when he was a young kid or something, so that he had something when Rob and his wife were gone. He had money to be able to do what he wanted. He murders the said parents, and then you're going to turn around and be like, well, the people that gave me the money are dead by my hand, but yet I don't care because I legally want the money. Like, what kind of psychopath is that?
Well, he killed his parents, so that kind of psychopath, I would assume. But that's crazy. It's crazy that it even could be considered, right?
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
If my kids stab me, they ain't getting shit. I should put that in my will, actually, now that I think about it.
If I die by your hands, fuck you.
Yeah, well, plot twist, I don't have anything to give them anyway, so joke's on them.
Your guitars. Give them your guitars.
Well, yeah, sure.
Conceive or on board about the case. Specifically, the justice system only works when it's just, and that is Nick's money.
You do mention that
how is that just? The same people that gave you the money in a trust, you murdered. How is that just?
It'd be like if I robbed a bank and said, well, it's my money. I mean, I know I killed a couple of tellers and a security guard, but I don't know.
You robbed the bank, you killed people, you gave it to your parents, then your parents turned around one day later and gave it back to you. Oh, it's clean, apparently. I guess it's clean.
This also leads to a different issue in this country, and that's the 24/7 coverage of the media. Like, they need something to talk about. So even though to you and I, who are normal people, we go, well, he killed his parents. He's guilty. He should be in jail, executed, or if he's crazy, in a loony bin. And no, he doesn't get the inheritance.
Exactly.
See, it took you and I about 15 seconds to figure this out.
Be like, what?
But we don't have a 24/7 hour news channel to have to fill with total bullshit.
Yeah, basically.
That you would be willing to, and you're ready to rejoin this case to represent Nick if the finances of the trust fund, if this trust fund battle can be figured out and he can have access to that money.
So you're not helping Nick out unless he has access to the money that to pay you for killing his parents who provided the money in the first place.
It's
huh?
Yeah, I've been tricks.
Am I getting this straight?
I don't even know what's straight anymore. This all makes zero sense.
That you're willing to come back on to represent him?
In your opening remarks, you refer back to the press conference that I gave outside the courthouse when I had to very troublingly step down. You could tell from then I was not happy about having to step away from this case. I think Nick Reiner, like anybody else, is entitled to a robust, a zealous defense, the best defense he can possibly get. I still believe that to this day. So you're damn right. If the circumstances, the logistics are such that we can come on board, if there are the resources there.
So basically, no money, no honey. Is that what he's saying?
That's right. Also, on another note, my man likes to drink a little bit. I can tell he's got that complexion like I do, that kind of bloated red face. It's my brother.
What do you think? This guy's got to be a straight bourbon or Jack.
Oh
guy,
yeah,
right?
he's got the Jim Blossom nose on the front. Sure.
That are necessary to be able to build a robust, a full-throated defense. Absolutely. Absolutely. Me and my entire team are ready, willing, and able to step right back in and start securing his defense.
Do you
fuck
know
you, pay me.
why
Yeah, exactly.
He did not get the money at age 30. As I mentioned, he's 32. And he's now fighting to get this money that was by the trust that he should have gotten when he was 30.
Yeah, Charles, it's a great question. And I think that's what the probate lawyer, I think that's what she's seeking, is some answers as to what happened with the trust, what happened with the trustee at the time. Trustee, I believe, has changed since this incident occurred. So I think there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. I don't have the answer to all those questions because the trustee has not necessarily been incredibly forthcoming to us.
If we do as casual learners and observers, you're gonna sit there and tell me that the lawyer doesn't have fucking questions?
I demand a Judge Julio segment on this show. I'm going to execute the law to the fullest extent.
You gotta
I
get
will
the fucking
decide.
robe and everything.
I will get one if you do that. I swear to you, I'll get one.
Still on the case. So that's what the lawsuit is seeking to do, is just give some real stark relief so we can see what is actually going on behind the scenes financially for Nick. What
that would be pretty funny.
Happened before this incident, what's going to happen afterward. I had to bite my tongue because it wasn't in furtherance of litigation. So I wanted to show fealty and respect and dignity to the process of me withdrawing. So it wasn't appropriate for me to talk about it at the time.
Yeah, he couldn't pay me, so I quit.
That's what it sounds like to me. I don't.
And if he can pay me, I'll come back.
Nick Reiner,
I mean, that sounds correct to me. Like no money, no honey. And
let me tell you something. I spent all my retirement at the time to get for my first divorce lawyer, and I ran out of money. And he, quote, did me a solid and helped me out until 15 years later when I wound up with a lien on my paycheck to pay him back.
Oh, Jesus.
These motherfuckers will get their money.
Oh, I can imagine.
That was no fun.
No fun to be had.
Well, divorce is expensive because it's worth it.
Rob Reiner is seeking money from his $1.5 million trust fund to help fight those same charges. The filing says, quote, Nick loved his parents and he is devastated by their death. About what did not happen to them are not an issue in this.
I love them so much that I have their blood all over my shirt.
I couldn't handle as much love
What is this,
as I
mommy
had for
fucking
them.
dearest? I mean, what is going on?
Good Lord. Well,
trust litigation. Let's break it all down with legal analyst Brian Buckmeyer.
That's got to be a publicist, right? Saying that bullshit. He
All
loved his
this-
parents very,
it's-
very much, and he's so disturbed about them dying.
Yes.
Even though I did it, but nevertheless.
here's a rule of thumb that I use. If I see publicist, I immediately ignore everything they're saying. And if I see lawyer, I immediately ignore everything they're saying.
Yeah.
Brian,
liars.
is this even legal?
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Under something called Slayer law in California?
Yeah, so Andrew, every state in the United States and even in most countries have what's called Slayer laws or some version of that. That basically says you cannot profit off a crime, especially if you are the beneficiary of a trust or some sort of property or interest.
I like this guy. We are not lawyers. We just are observers and we react to different shit that's out in the world. It revolves around music and movies and television 90% of the time. I like this guy. How do you benefit from murdering somebody and then being like, oh, I need their money to defend me from murdering them? How is that a thing?
I can't argue with that. I agree with them. I am questioning his fashion sense with the white buttonholes there on the lapel.
I mean, he's very fashionable. I wish I could pull that off.
I'm trying to figure out what rank he is. He looks like what's that?
I don't wear suits
lieutenant?
because the shit is so goddamn hot.
Dude,
I look
don't
good,
even-
but yet I'm just roasting and just sweat is just peeling off
I don't know what I don't own a suit.
So I'm glad. I mean, it's cool that he can get away with it. I can't get away with it though.
He does look sharp. I'll
And
give him
the
that.
person that is killed.
I would have went with a different undershirt, different color undershirt, but whatever. Handle his business.
You know what though? I will say,
done-
as silly as I'm roasting him a little bit on it, but he looks sharp as fuck. And if I could get away with wearing that, I would do it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm just jealous. That's my problem. It's all
Yeah,
me.
me too.
By the person who's benefiting the money. But the interesting
That's a
argument,
custom suit because you don't buy that fucking shit right there off the rack. It don't fit like that. That's a custom suit.
That's correct.
You know what I mean?
That is not off the rack.
that's
You're right,
being made
Derek.
here is one, there's been no litigation as to whether or not Nick Reiner did either feloniously or intentionally kill his parents. That's the language there of the statute in California. And this trust seems to be in effect not to the larger family trust, but to the individual children's trust, specifically Nick Reiner's, that was supposed to be given to him when he turned 30. He's 32. And then the rest of the amount, I think the other half of the amount, is supposed to be given when he's 35. And so the plaintiff or the civil attorney
He celebrated being 30 by murdering his parents. Cool.
for Nick Reiner is saying, hey, this isn't about someone being dead. This is about
Does this happen not this last Christmas? It was I'm pretty sure it happened the Christmas before, right? No.
No, it hasn't.
It happened
Don't
this
tell me it's been.
Christmas, like
Yeah,
November,
don't tell me it's
December?
been that long. Yeah.
Yeah.
how the actual trust was supposed to be giving him money years ago, and he hasn't gotten
You gonna tell me that's a look of a sane person right there?
a cent.
No.
Jake called this
No.
whole situation a living nightmare. Is this going to help?
Okay, so he's 32 right now, right? He looks like he's 50. Did you see that? Like he literally looks like he's like double the age.
I was thinking the same thing when we saw him in that interview. He had a nice full head of hair. Now maybe that's why he killed his dad, because he inherited his hairline, and he's like, "What the fuck do you give me this hairline for?"
You son of a pupper! Why did you do that to me?
Yeah.
19 rehabs and you screwed my hairline up, you son of a pupper.
Help or hurt Nick's legal case?
I think in so many ways it's going to hurt his legal case, because I could see a civil attorney and the judges looking at this and say, okay, we haven't determined whether or not the Slayer law should apply. Let's do a hearing. Let's get some discovery. Let's get some information to see whether or not Nick Reiner intentionally, because it can't be a felony because it's not a crime here, but in a civil sense, whether he intentionally killed his parents. Not discovered.
He's not going to say that he intentionally did it.
Of
He's not
course
going to be like, oh yeah, I meant to do it. He's not going to say that. His actions is why he's in court.
Right. And also his lawyer is going to tell him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you
Don't
said that
say-
multiple times. That's great advice. Just shut the fuck up.
Quiet. I'm liking this guy though. You're right, Derek. He looks sharp, sounds
Yeah.
smart, and he's dropping knowledge. Good for him.
process would be damning to his criminal case, and he might want to halt that civil case just so he doesn't incriminate himself any way, shape, or form in the criminal case. But he also needs money to pay for the criminal case, so it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation here.
Well said.
Speaking of money, Brian, Nick is arguing that this money will help him hire Alan Jackson after his siblings refuse to pay for his defense. Do you think a judge will have any sort of sympathy towards that?
So if I left the stream and drove my car, grabbed a bottle of Jack and just downed it.
Yeah.
Cops pull me over and throw me in jail. I call Dad. What is Dad gonna do? Nothing. Fuck you. What is my brother gonna do? Nothing.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's
Like,
how's that my problem situation?
yeah. How is that my problem and you're dumb? Like I got the,
yeah.
Like I got a car when I was 16 years old, and when I was in driver's training, my dad gave the talk. Even though people say, "Well, black people get the no, we got the talk."
Oh, there's
if
not.
I get a call that you're in jail, don't call me because your ass is staying in jail. That's the talk I got when I was like 15 years old.
That's fair. That's fair.
Very fair. There's a lot of these people out there, including Nick Reiner, who didn't get the talk, where it's just like, he could do whatever he wants. 16, 18 rehab stints. It's fine. It's fine. It's his own life. You know what I mean?
The amount of maturity that people from our we're half a generation apart, but in our day, when you were 15 or 16, to your point, Derek, you were expected to at least act somewhat like an adult.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's 40-year-olds out there acting like they're 13-year-old girls. I don't know. I don't get it.
So okay. So I remember when I turned 12. Mom went grocery shopping. She filled up the cupboards, and everything was full. She grabbed the laundry detergent, set it right in front of me, and was like, "Now you do your laundry."
Yeah, figure this shit out, boy. 12
years old, I was doing my own fucking laundry. There are people that are in their 30s that don't know how to do laundry.
I
was 12 years old doing my own shit.
I didn't know how to do laundry right when I got my second divorce because somebody always did it for me. So that's to your point, though. I had mom, first wife, second wife. Nobody ever said, "Hey, Mike or Julio, why don't you figure out how to do your own laundry?" So now I'm like 54 years old. I'm like, I don't know how to fucking do laundry. Do you know who taught me how to do laundry? This is embarrassing, but I'll reveal it.
Snuggle. Grab that fucking snuggle.
I was in therapy a little bit, like once a month, just to have somebody to bounce stuff off of when I was going through my divorce and living alone. That's who low-key told me how to do laundry. So I jokingly said, I don't even know how to do laundry.
Hot one, or is this the hot one?
No, this is not the hot one. This is a different one. I'm like, I don't know. I'm 54. I don't even know how to do laundry. And I'm like, and she kind of chuckled. I'm like, I'm just doing it in cold water. I figure that's safe. And she goes, yeah, that's good. I'm like, oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Because this was amazing to me. I figured everything's on YouTube. Somebody on YouTube is going to be able to tell me how to do laundry. It's amazingly hard to find any instruction on laundry on the internet. I don't know why, but it is. So pathetic. Yes.
So you got the hard way. I got the 12 years old. Here's the fucking snuggles.
Well, what I got is my mom saying I've had enough of your shit when I was 17 years old, and she left me alone when I was 17. So whatever.
That
I think the judge is going to give.
How old were you when you got married the first time?
24.
And were you still living at home, or were you like out with had roommates and stuff at 24?
No, I had roommates and stuff. I got a job. You know, I figured it out. I got a job.
So you never learned during that time, where you had to fucking do your own shit.
No, my girlfriend did my laundry.
Oh,
I ain't learning that shit.
Have absolutely zero sympathy to Nick Reiner here. You have the right to counsel under the Sixth Amendment. You don't have the right to choose your counsel or to pay for it. Hey, if we could all afford Alan Jackson as an attorney, myself included, I would want someone or myself to pay for him. But the judge is going to look at this and say, hey, this is an out-of-state attorney. He doesn't fully understand the laws. Sure, he can read up on them and become more familiar with them. He doesn't fully understand our processes as to how the court operates here in LA County. And you have the LA County public defenders, some of the best public defenders in the country, some of the most highest paid public defenders in the country. Yes, there are issues of pay parity. Yes, there are issues of of not being paid properly as opposed to your prosecutor counterparts. There is many issues of underfunding in this country when it comes to public defenders, but the LA County Public Defenders, along with my former employee, the Legal Aid Society in New York, they have the resources to represent a big case like this. And I can see the judge simply saying, hey,
the dude right there, Nick Reiner, is 31 or 32 right there. This dude looks like he's at least 50.
Phenomenal attorneys here. They can represent you.
There's the old man right there. He looks like he's at least 50.
You ain't lying. I mean, we're not, we ain't Brad Pitt over here, but I mean, I look better than him. Like almost twice his age.
Lines up here.
I got hair.
I got gray ass hair,
Look at
but
that shit.
have to have this money released, especially when we're trying to determine the question as to whether or not you're forbidden from getting that money because of Slayer laws or the allegations in front of you.
All right, Brian Buckmeyer, thank you.
That dude was pretty legit.
My man was on point. He should do all the legal analysis on all these cases. He was good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was kind of the update of what was going, or kind of the stuff that happened during Christmas, some of the court stuff, and then the him asking for the money just happened today, like 4 or 5 hours ago, where he's trying to get the money from his trust to pay for a lawyer and stuff. And it's just like, oh no, we're going to talk about this because we talked about when it first happened. We talked about it, and it kind of went cold or whatever. And then all of a sudden, he's like, I need my trust because I need to pay for defense of the murder. My parents, the one that provided the money for me, and I murdered them, so I need to defend. I'm just like,
it's
like
ridiculous.
everything's blowing up. I'm like, what?
Shout out to you though, Derek. As always, you are on the vanguard of these stories. There will be lots of coverage of this in the coming days, and you can say we did it first here on Frames and Rhythm.
Yeah, we did. I try to get 4 or 5 different perspectives. That way it's like we're not watching one video. It's good. You know what I mean? Like I try to add a little bit of zest to it.
Hey, I have clothes in my dryer that have been there for 2 weeks. Is that wrong? Here's my thought process on this real quick. Hold on. Let me explain. I'm like, why do I bother putting them away? They're clean and dry. I'll just run it for 5 minutes to get the wrinkles out and live out of my dryer. Is that wrong?
I mean, you're the only person that lives in the apartment, so no, not for you.
Okay, I do the same thing with my dishes.
I do that because I have 2 roommates. If I do that, my shit's on top of the fucking washer.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. All right.
I went in there, put in the washer, put it in the dryer, and like it just got done, and they're putting the shit on top of the fucking washer. Like,
See, I do the same thing with my dishes. I'm like, well, they're clean. They're in the dishwasher. Why do I bother putting them away? They're already kind of away. I'll just get them out of the dishwasher when I need them.
You just get from one box to another box.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so these next 2 things, they kind of fire me up a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, boy.
Being a sports fan, I'm never going to blame somebody else or cause mayhem and destruction of property because my team didn't win. These assholes in New York do, because they're nothing but criminals that need to be behind bars like Mr. Reiner.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they on. Oh shit.
Because somebody was wearing a jersey from the opposite team, they're harassing this person.
Should have known better in New York.
Fuck me on me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, I mean, they're just animals.
See, this is New York City, and I'm going to say that, and this is going to be a hot take, and it's going to probably piss people off. We need to start putting people in fucking camps and start bringing slavery back, because half these motherfuckers are the same people day in and day out that cause fucking crime every time. But it's an excuse. It's Black Lives Matter. It's the Knicks game. It's this. It's the Yankees win the World Series. It's something that they do that they make an excuse. It's the same motherfuckers that do it and never get held account. Nope, they're squeaky clean. Nobody ever goes to fucking jail. It irritates the shit out of me.
I was talking to my son about this series because I think the Knicks are up 2-1 against the Spurs right now in the finals. if New York wins this series, and the Knicks have not won a championship forever, this city will be on fire. These people are going to go wild.
Maybe people will burn and some of them will go away. I don't know.
Well, on the other, it's almost like when you discuss animals like these people that you, and I'm not saying I don't have my glasses, I can't see color really, but they're just acting like animals, and it's shame. That being said.
Oh, is there? I see some white people in there. I do, but it's mostly persons of color.
Now I will say this as a.
Are you kidding me?
It's disgusting. It's animalistic behavior, and it's mob mentality. And all the people that were involved in that should be put in some sort of internment camp. Maybe a camp where they can concentrate a little more on their life.
Those people right there are worthless to society.
I
Absolutely
agree.
fucking worthless. They need to rot somewhere on a fucking island in a fenced area somewhere. I mean, it's disgusting.
This is why I was a proponent of us buying Greenland. I'm like, we could just make it a penal colony and just drop people off there when they act up. That having been said, if I went to see a Redskins or a Commanders game in Philadelphia and I'm a Commanders fan, you know what I wouldn't wear there? I probably wouldn't wear my Commanders jersey in Philly.
Why not?
Because it's Philly. I'll get my ass kicked.
You can't go to a fucking game without getting your ass kicked?
Don't blame me.
Now, this is a person of color that's being harassed, so...
Okay, one guy. Oh, shit. Fuck. Come on, pussy.
Absolutely disgusting.
It's
Absolutely
literally monkey see, monkey do. They see this stuff on the internet. Even the guy going, oh, he's only doing that because that's what he's seen other people do on the internet. Go, they're animals.
Yeah. I saw about 5 or 6 white people, and the most of them were people of color.
Well, I'm a person of color, apparently, Derek. You called me red last week, so
You're a person of color.
Mm-hmm.
This is absolutely disgusting behavior.
Yeah, well,
I've been watching the Red Wings, the Tigers, and the Detroit Lions since I was a little kid.
Sure.
Like my life not necessarily revolved around it, but kind of did.
Yeah,
like,
big part.
I've watched
Me
them
too.
since I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
So they hold a lot of sentimental value to me.
Of course.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I still wouldn't cause havoc and destruction and murder and try to murder people because my Red Wings or my Tigers didn't fucking win.
It seems to be mostly football and basketball fans that do this. When my Capitals won the Stanley Cup, it was the most glorious celebration for weeks. No violence. The whole community was together. And I'm trying to think of what the difference between hockey fans and basketball fans are. And I can't quite put my finger on it. Not quite sure. Might have to think about that.
I don't know.
But yes, if anybody wants safety in for the people of New York, root for San Antonio in the series.
It's disgusting.
I'm sure.
Okay, so when the people from New York went to San Antonio, did they get this treatment? No, they didn't.
No. I'm sure the new communist mayor of New York will be able to figure it all out, though.
It pisses me off. And people are going to watch the video and be like, he's racist. No, I'm racist because every single time it's the same type of person that's fucking doing the crime.
We're just watching videos and reacting to them. We did not do any harm to anybody.
Every single time.
We're just commenting on what we see. And what I'm seeing right now is
I've had a quote forever. If you don't want to be the stereotype, don't be the stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time, the stereotype is tenfold. Every single time. Okay,
Speaking
so
of
this is
commenting on
Mace.
what we see, I'm seeing I'm seeing a trifling ass pair of frames though right there.
Yeah, that's terrible. So he was with the Diddy party back then, claims he wasn't part of it, but then mysteriously became a preacher. Now all of a sudden he's got something to say just about every day about stuff, race relations.
I can't.
So
get
I think
over
he
this.
became a preacher to hide from what he knew was happening, and he distanced himself from it.
I will say this off the front. I can't take anybody seriously that picks those glasses. I just can't.
Yeah, those are like Karen glasses from like a 1950s lady Karen.
Is it like cowhide frames?
It looks like.
It's ridiculous. What an idiot. Okay.
Comes down to it, the only big difference of this game was Trump showed up. I gotta be honest. The fans couldn't really get into it because they was 2 hours, outside. Had to be there 2 hours early. You could just look online. It's not the same. You took the sting away from the fans just so you could say the president was in the building. We know Trump is a major figure. We know he's our president, but right now we're trying to win a championship. And sometimes,
it's Trump's fault that they lost because it was Trump's fault. They're professional athletes. It doesn't. I don't give a shit who's in the crowd. You play the game that you are a professional athlete making millions of dollars to do.
Yeah. We have both played organized sports, not at a professional level, but I know you played baseball. I played soccer. I played basketball, believe it or not. And do you know who you pay no attention to when your mind is in the game?
The people in the crowd.
You don't even realize they're there.
Yeah.
It's the same in a band. When you're playing guitar and concentrating on that, everything else is just kind of noise.
Yeah. Everything was noise, but one thing. I'd be in the pitcher and I'll be pitching and I'm in the zone. Okay.
Yep.
Then I get 2 strikes on him or something like that. I hear my dad, get him, T, get him. And that's the only thing I ever heard. And because it was like, my dad has like that voice or whatever,
Well, but you had
that was the only thing. And it was sort of like self-conscious. It was like, I heard my dad, you know what I mean?
Plus you had a father-son frequency.
Yeah.
I get you. I hear that. But now what he said that kind of makes a little bit of sense is having the president at your game really makes it harder for the crowd. Not in the building, but to get in the building because of all the security details. So it is kind of a pain in the ass.
So did they give him permission to beat the shit out of fans outside of the stadium?
No. They did that because they have no impulse control in their animals.
Is he justifying that action or?
No, as far as I can tell, he's blaming Trump for them losing.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Which is nuts.
Him and his veneers. I mean, yeah.
Today,
it's fake ass teeth and trifling ass glasses.
That you could tell something and they're gonna do opposite. He said it's him and Trump, but it's not always time for that. You gotta keep first things first. Like we said before, you gotta keep first things first. And the morale, this is a morale shifter. And I just want to see them get this on track because I would hate for it to be 2-2. If it becomes 2-2, it's a whole nother series. Right now, it's a series again, right? So I don't want to go too far, but this was a great game. This was a great game for many reasons. You got people that showed up on the Knicks. You even had Claxton showing up. So this was a game for the ages. This was a game.
If I want an expert about the NBA, am I calling Mace? Am I calling that guy?
First off, you lost because Wemby dropped 32 on your ass, so that's why the Knicks lost that game. And second of all, I tried to understand his train of thought in this speech. It's maybe the lowest IQ take I've ever. It made zero sense.
Yeah,
it made no sense at all. But nice glasses.
Would you wear those glasses, Julio? Are you jealous of his glasses? His cow?
It's all I'm jealous of that lawyer earlier. I'm jealous of this guy, and
I mean the lawyer earlier looked fucking sharp.
He looks super sharp. This guy with his cowhide glasses and his
and this guy is probably worth more money than the other guy, and the other guy looks fucking sharp as fuck.
Well, I mean, he's a talented, I don't want to say musician, but a talented hip hop guy, right? So he earned his money there. I respect that.
Back in 2000s and mid 2000s when Diddy and Puff or Puff Daddy and Mace and
he's just not,
B.I.G. and all them.
He just doesn't strike me in his speech patterns of being terribly intelligent, much like Rob Reiner's son earlier. Something off. Something ain't right.
Speech patterns.
You know what I'm saying, though? What he said made no sense.
No. And the speech patterns.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so these delusional
Mace.
people, this is Sharon Stone and then Keke Palmer, and they're living in La La Land, fantasy land, where they want to take men's rights away and keep women's rights.
Okay.
So I thought this would be a good conversation piece of.
Last I checked, Sharon Stone was flashing her hooch on screen. I didn't know she became such a feminist, but okay.
Yeah, no shit. And then if they get their way, just for conversational purposes, if they get their way and women are ruling the world and everything is all feminine, who's going to create the roads? Who's going to take the garbage out and work the garbage, the big garbage trucks? Who's going to do that? Who's going to build all the buildings and skyscrapers? Who's going to do that?
Who's going to pay all the alimony and child support?
Yeah, who's going to do that?
That's an interesting point. I actually had this discussion.
For people that want to take men's rights away and have just women's rights rule everything, how are women going to survive when men are sitting on their ass not doing anything?
Okay, I'm going to, since you had a hot.
That's what happens. I mean,
here's my hot take.
A woman has been running California and it sucks. And LA.
Well, Los Angeles doesn't suck because a woman's running it. Los Angeles sucks because of the citizenry of Los Angeles.
I mean, yeah, both can be true. Yeah.
I think. Okay, here's my hot take. You said you had a hot take. I'll try to get up with your hot take to share some of the hate.
All right.
Men are bigger than women, correct?
Yes.
Stronger. If you randomly picked a woman out, say if I looked out the window, I could probably go and knock her out with no problem, right?
True.
Probably.
The
only reason that they're able to speak like this is because they ain't been knocked out.
Basically, yeah. It's
Do you
kind
see
of
where
the
I'm
same
going?
thing when you're in school when the guy
you-
was all talking. You never actually got knocked out. That's why he keeps talking.
Yes, the reason you're speaking is because a man hasn't come up and punched you to shut you up.
Basically. And
I'm just
and we're not advocating for random violence, but
no, I'm just
people are
saying
given a microphone and told everything is okay. You can have a voice, and it's just like no.
But see,
Everybody needs a voice.
I think they should. I seriously agree with equal rights. I mostly agree with equal pay for equal work. Everybody should have the right, regardless if they're a man or a woman. I'm just saying, from the physical level, if you wanted to shut one of them up, it wouldn't be that hard.
So this is gonna be a hot take.
All right, let's go.
Hot take. And this is not disparaging people that trying to start families. It's not. I agree with people. People should be having kids. However, if I work for a company and my coworker is a female, we're working the same job or doing the same exact thing, getting the same pay, the whole thing, exactly the same. One man, one woman.
Yep.
She gets pregnant. She takes half days all the time because she needs to go to the OB. She doesn't feel good some days, so she calls in. We're still making the same pay. We're still doing everything the exact same way. And somebody is doing all of the work and somebody is doing half of the work.
That's a tricky question.
Then the said person is almost about to get birth. And then now they want to take 2 months off because they want to take their pregnancy leave. Meanwhile, we're making the same amount of money. I'm doing all the work and they're not doing jack shit for a year because they decide to have a child. Again, I want people to have kids. I want people to have families. But this is the problem that there is. Men and women are not the same at all.
No.
And for people to say that they are is incorrect and dumb shit.
I see your point. You're not wrong. I mean, it's like, especially if a woman takes off for maternity leave for whatever.
Well, now it's like a month and a half, right?
Yeah, but a month. If
5
as a
weeks,
business
6 weeks.
as a business owner, you would think you would go, I don't know, we did without her for 2 months and everything's fine.
There you go.
Why,
Do we need
why
her?
do we really need that position? Now, on the other hand, I do think that society as a whole should support women having children because that's how society keeps going.
Yes.
So I'm good with
And like I said,
something.
I'm not disparaging somebody that wants to have children. But if we're in the same positions and somebody's doing half the work and somebody's doing all of the work, that's a problem. Why should that person that's doing half the work make the same amount of money?
Well, maybe the government should be in charge of paying maternity leave and not companies. Why is it the company's problem? Is what I would say.
It's a socialist program, though.
Well, you got a good point there.
But you understand what I'm saying.
I absolutely. I mean,
And
we're talking like
it has nothing to do with the type of person. It has everything to do with there's a man, there's a woman, and this is what it is. But I'm not going to do all the work, and then they're still getting the same amount of pay that I get. No, don't work that way. So anyway, we're going to watch this, and we're going to. Who's better driver, men or women?
Men. Sharon Stone is proving my earlier hot take, though, because what she's saying is she's suggesting there could possibly be some sort of women's revolution where they take all these things, where in the end, if the men wanted to rise up and fight back, it'd be over in like 30 seconds.
Yes.
So this is cute. And they all have their little, whatever, their little
dumb
coffee
shit
clutch or whatever they're talking about. And Missy in the wig is whatever. This is ridiculous.
I mean,
entertaining.
It's a terrible wig, Keke Palmer. Terrible.
Who is Keke Palmer? Is she anybody?
She's an actress.
CP that CF.
No, I think she was. I know she was in a couple movies where she was singing, so she's a pretty decent singer too. She was in Disclosure, right? Was that the movie that she got naked in?
No, it was called something else, but it was Michael Douglas was in it. Indecent Exposure?
It could have been Indecent Exposure.
I think that was it. Yeah, that's when she uncrossed her legs and.
Oh, yep. If she wasn't a hot woman, would anybody know who the fuck she was?
No, and if it wasn't for the men who invented cameras, microphones, the internet, nobody would be hearing what she's saying right now.
Correct.
I'm just saying it's the truth. I'm not misogynistic.
That's an iconic scene in a movie. It is, and she was fine as hell.
Oh,
when
she's
she
hot
did
as
that.
fuck. In Total Recall, she was super ridiculous hot. Yeah.
Yes. But if she wasn't hot, would anybody know who the fuck Sharon Stone was? No, they wouldn't.
Well, of course not. No.
So who recognized that she was hot and that she could draw some money? Men.
Probably some Jewish dude. Yeah.
So it's like, for as much as she wants to hate about men, men have propped her up. So I guess men aren't that bad, huh?
Well, that's true. I didn't think of it that way, but you're right. Yes.
She's getting rid of half of her base, basically.
That's true. Does she really not want the people who don't pay child support to not be able to vote? That would hurt their cause. See, this is why you can't let them run.
Cause. Again, this shows how the intelligence sucks.
Derek, I said this is why you and I figured this shit out in 15 seconds. Is what I'm saying right here. You know what I'm saying?
Again, we are guys that are reacting to videos. We figured out her fucking bullshit angle in 30 seconds. She would be going, well, what did Derek mean about that? Like, why did he say it that way? I think that he should have said it this way. Like, that's how women are. Guys are just like, yep, I lined you up in about 30 seconds.
That's right. They're like literally Jack Nicholson. I got a Lakers game, like you said earlier, and let's wrap this shit up.
Lakers game.
Yeah.
Hit the bricks, bitch.
How about knock off the Viagra if we're not going to have health care for women who get pregnant? How about let's stop?
What? Stop it. What is she talking? What is?
Okay, so Viagra makes the killing children. Was that the same? Is that the same?
But what does she mean by
or the children dying? The or children?
I agree. Is Sharon Stone, when she says health care for pregnant women, is that code word for killing babies? Is that what she's saying?
It is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I was clear on that.
She's not talking about curing cancer. She's talking about killing babies.
That's a really weird hill to die on, but okay.
It is.
Good for her.
Yeah. It is a strange. It's strange that these people celebrate this. It's strange. I mean, you're coming, and I'm coming from it from a kid that had cancer and was diagnosed at 2.
Mm-hmm.
My parents could have very easily said, you know what? Fuck him. He's done. He's done. Fuck him. He's 2 years old. He's got cancer. Fuck him.
Mm.
And they did not.
No, they didn't. According to you directed and did a movie about your childhood.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot about it.
Like, I'll take the moral high ground when it comes to stuff like that. But come on, you're talking to a guy. You're talking to a guy that faced death, like face to face, nose to nose, fucking death, and came out. And then you expect me to be like, "Oh, stunning and brave. It's okay to kill kids." Okay, no.
All right, so that's good to know. Sharon Stone's in favor of fewer Democrats voting.
Yeah,
which
she said
I'm
it herself.
on board with, and killing children. Okay, that's good. That's a hot take there,
Yeah,
Sharon.
she said it herself.
Believe me, if she was still young and pretty, she'd be flashing her hooch right now instead of
She
talking this
would be,
nonsense.
Yes. I mean, she was a knockout back in the day. There's no doubt
Incredible.
about it.
She was great. Total Recall, Indecent Exposure, Casino. She was good. She's a good actress. I thought I enjoyed her.
Yeah, I thought she was a good actress. She was, like I said, she was a knockout. So it's
But
like
she needs
it's okay if to use your feminine prowess to attract men to your movies, and then you're just like, you got to follow the rules that I want because of feminism. It's get the fuck out of here.
She went from being a knockout from needing to be knocked out in Minecraft.
and Minecraft, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a local Detroit thing, but you're going to
Mhm.
recognize the person that is in this local Detroit thing because he's a
I already
Metro
do.
Detroiter. So
Oh, he is? I didn't know that. Bruce Campbell?
And now to a beloved movie hero here from the Detroit area coming home to the Redford Theater tonight to show his new film to his fans. We are very excited to have Bruce Campbell with us. He's going to screen Ernie and Emma at 8 p.m. and answer questions about the film he wrote, directed, and produced. Busy man. I should also mention he's starring in it. Bruce is known as the Evil Dead guy from starring in horror films that he made with his childhood buddies.
He is kind of great,
Evil
though.
Dead guy. That's an iconic freaking horror movie, and I'm not a horror guy.
Evil Dead 2 is one of the greatest horror movies of all time.
In this film is much different. Wow. Thank you so much for being here, Bruce. You have a lot of
And he came out a month ago, 2 months ago, and said that he has cancer. So he's battling cancer too.
fans in the newsroom.
Thank you. I always
Fuck
have
cancer.
to come back to WXYZ. You know,
Legend. He is.
He's a legend.
I watched it mostly during the Bill Bonds era, so it was very exciting.
Yeah.
Bill was a very exciting journalist.
And you could play him. We've been talking about that this morning.
I'm ready. I'm ready to play Bill Bonds in the Bill Bonds story. I could make this look like a toupee. A little bit of movement, a little extra hairspray.
Gotta have the
I think I
Mississippi
could
squirrel.
nail Bill.
I don't know.
I know.
how you
I'm
feel about
distracted
giving
by
away
the
his beauty
interviewer.
secrets, but I want
Jeez,
to talk to you
holy
about
smokes.
the deeply personal project that you have, and it's not a horror film. Tell me about it.
No, I apologize to audiences in advance. There's no blood in the movie. It's like a Hallmark movie with drugs, alcohol, swearing, and infidelity.
Okay.
It's what Hallmark really wants to do, but
And
they
what we don't
can't.
wanna see.
Exactly. It's a story. Look, I'm in the golden years now. Evil Dead, I was 21. So that type of material isn't appropriate for an elder statesman such as myself. And no one's writing the big fat parts. They go to guys like Paul Giamatti. You know what I mean? There's only a few really good parts out there. So I thought, you know what? Write it. Write yourself a part that you would say yes to immediately. If I got the script in the mail, I'd go, where do I sign? Big fat part for an old guy. So I spent a lot of money just to get a good part.
Okay. Well, tell me about it. Like, what's it about, and what inspired you to write it?
It's a unique movie. No one has ever made a story about a broken down pear salesman
Okay.
before.
No, he's
my
not
dad
wong
was
there.
an old ad guy in
Yeah, I
Detroit.
mean, how many times have you been into a meeting? It's like, you know what? I'm going to make a movie about pears.
That's true.
Bruce
By the
Campbell,
way,
you get whatever you want. You get
Yeah.
your icon when it comes to the Evil Dead. You get whatever you want.
Side note, I'm in
Who's a
love. but
Detroit
let's go.
That
That girl is
Wow,
so
really?
fine.
She's not blonde.
I don't,
60s,
well,
70s for the. He
I don't know
worked
what to say,
for,
man.
Then you got to go to Washington Commanders versus the Detroit Tigers in Detroit and go see her.
For Chevrolet for years
right.
as an ad guy, and he lost the account. He managed the account of Marathon Oil, lost the account, got fired when he was 50, and that's scary for an ad guy. So I watched my dad and the auto industry kind of go downhill at the same time. So I had a lot of sympathy for that. Where I am, the pear industry in Southern Oregon is on its way out. It's being replaced with wine. So things change over time, and so my area. My wife said, look, we're putting up the money for this. Why don't you make a movie in your backyard? Because I was going to do it here. So I translated it into kind of a pear salesman who's been through a lot, and his wife dies. So the
He was
story,
also in a USA show called Burn Notice, which was also good. You ever watch Burn Notice?
I watched about half of season 1, and yeah, I remember liking it a lot. It was good.
He was in that.
Good
He
show.
was like the best friend type character who's also a spy and stuff. It was good.
is about a guy who is completely unprepared for what is about to befall him. And this guy expected to go.
Honestly, I wouldn't stay to watch the movie, but I'd go see Bruce Campbell. I mean, he's a legend. I mean, it's for indie film guys, he's a legend. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
he's in it. It's probably all right.
Because he has all the trappings, 3 martini lunches and the sedentary lifestyle. His wife goes first, but she has plans for what to do with his ashes that he doesn't even find out till later because he won't even open the condolence letters because it's too devastating. Finally gets to it. One of the last ones he opens has a safe deposit key. He's like, this is either really good, and it's from his wife. He's like, this is either really good or really bad. They don't put safe deposit keys for normal stuff. Goes there, it's from his wife, a whole series of letters of what to do with her ashes, to recap their life, to go through some stuff that he would not deal with. So it's cathartic. There's a lot of stuff that happened. If you're married, I've been married for 35 years. I don't know about our folks out there,
God
but
bless.
God bless.
Most of my years
Yep.
were good.
Yeah.
But things are going to happen in a long period of time. And so I think it's real to talk about that. Everybody has had a relative who's died, or their cat, or their dog, or Uncle Billy, you know. So it's good dramatic stuff if you play it right. So I call it a sunrise story.
Okay.
She drags him through the mud a little bit, and then they go to have fun because when they were young, they got wasted out and tried to find Bigfoot. There's a trap in Oregon.
How they fell in
This
love?
movie sounds awesome.
In a way, that's how they sealed the deal.
Now
there's
I'm intrigued
ridiculous
now.
sequences in it.
Yeah.
and
He's
and
carrying
hopefully
her urn,
people
and they
at the end
look
of the
for
movie
Bigfoot?
will
Oh,
be
okay.
very happy.
And you wrote this while you were dealing with your own diagnosis.
No, I wrote this before I had any health issues whatsoever. So it's kind of funny. The story about cancer is like now a double story about cancer. So it's kind of, the universe works in mysterious ways.
Absolutely. I'm so intrigued. I know everyone who watches this movie at the Redford Theater is going to have so many questions for you. So I'm glad you're having a Q&A.
It's a big pivot from what I normally do, but
Yeah.
I'm not interested in boomsticks and chainsaws anymore. And no one has been covered in fake blood more than me. I've started so many days.
This dude's the
literally
coolest, Eric.
face
I love
down on
him.
a dirt
I mean, he's
floor
cool.
covered in mud. That's how I start my day. I'm like, this is it. This is on my tombstone, the Evil Dead guy. So I also knew what being labeled was.
Yeah.
So on my movie, he's the pear guy. That's his license. He's the pear guy. He does every crappy local ad is done by the pear guy.
Well, I'm excited to see you in this new role.
And look, the Redford
Congratulations.
Theater, forget about me. The Redford Theater is almost 100 years old, 1,600 seats. They do not make theaters like this ever again.
No, I've been in Redford
and the
Theater.
volunteers have kept
It's
it
old.
as fresh
Yeah,
as the
it's
day
old
we
and good.
premiered it in The Evil Dead in 1981. Same theater.
Wow.
So it's just
1981,
gorgeous.
they
Go see
premiered
it.
the
Go
Evil
see
Dead
a
in
movie
that
on a
theater.
really big screen,
Mhm.
and see it. We're going to get hopefully about
Evil
1,000.
Dead premiered at the Redford
Yeah.
Theater. Is that why you're coming back?
Yes,
Oh, my
yes. The
goodness.
salmon is spawning. I have to go back. There's no other place I would show it but the Redford. 1,600 seats. And if you get 1,000 people reacting to your movie, it creates its own energy.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to that.
We are looking forward to it too. And remember, Ernie and Emma will be playing. You can catch it tonight at 8 p.m. at the Redford Theater. And Bruce will be on hand answering all your questions. You can find out more information
Bruce
at
Campbell.
redfordtheater.com. Theater is spelled the French.
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh yeah.
Could you share that link with me?
What was that?
I'll have to look this up later. I have some research to do.
Okay.
Didn't catch the name of that interviewer. Did you happen to catch that?
Oh, no.
No. Oh, boy.
A little hot under the collar, huh?
What was that Stevie Wonder song, Jungle Fever?
Get it. All right. So, okay. So you ready to go? You ready? We got amped up a little bit. I got amped up with the freaking weirdos in New York. That just drives me insane. So
I'm ready.
I have to get rid of some of the angst that I have and the hate.
Yeah. Get rid of those bad vibes. It's time for some happiness.
Yeah. We are just characters in the days brand new scene. We do our best to sing the words and the stages in between. Okay, so I've got one Corey video. It's a short one, and then I have a Corey adjacent video.
Ooh.
So we're gonna jam a little bit with Mr. Corey Feldman in the 80s.
Don't make me do anything stupid.
Well,
20 years since this. 25 years.
His dance moves? No. You would think in the last 40 years he'd come up with a new step, but he doesn't.
You would think so. Yes.
Nope. He's still Michael Jackson.
Music, I can feel the beat. I can touch the bass line.
Michael Jackson all the way. It's a blatant ripoff.
It's a ripoff of the song Bad. That lead up to the chorus was exactly the same lead up to the chorus in Bad.
Yeah.
Zero difference.
It's like we're gonna steal little bits and pieces and then just put our own bullshit in it.
Yeah, I guess if you're going to steal from somebody, Michael Jackson's a pretty good choice to steal from.
Yes.
Gotta know where to go.
Does he really have to wear the
I'm
hush
bad.
puppies?
I'm bad. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Does he have to wear the hush puppies too? I mean, can he do his own style?
Derek, that's a hush puppy shoes. Boy, I haven't thought of those since I was like 15 years old, dude. You nailed
You know
that
me,
one.
I bring the shit back, man. Like they throw it away and I bring it back.
But you brought it back to my day. That's past your day.
Okay, so this one's a Corey adjacent. So there is currently a Broadway show called Lost Boys based off of the movie.
Okay.
And does Corey Feldman have anything to do with the Lost Boys in Broadway?
Probably not, is my guess. But
Of the Lost Boys? Because the Lost Boys was very dark. It was very dark.
this is I'm not a fan of Broadway musicals. I'm not a fan of musicals in general, except for Grease.
Yeah, I don't
maybe was entertaining.
The
This
Wizard
is
of
for
Oz.
Wizard of Oz, and maybe West Side Story. Maybe.
What's the one with the big Little Shop of Horrors?
Ooh, see, I didn't like that. But I can go like the heavy metal cartoon that had some good jams. But hey, this is for women and gays, right?
I would
Broadway?
think so. Yeah. That's why Corey Feldman's not part of it. Is he not gay enough or
he's not gay enough.
Lost Boy LARPers. You know what I mean? It's like
That's true. Yep. That's a shitty ass LARPing gig though.
it is. I mean, look at the like he's trying to do like an 80s mullet, but it's just a big ass look at how big the drummer is compared to his drums.
That is a tall ass drum stool.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that sax player. The holy smokes. Good for
Jesus.
him.
That has nothing to do with the Lost Boys. That's
Well, listen, shout out to the musicians. Everybody needs a gig, Derek. You know what I mean?
Didn't Corey Feldman do one of the songs for the Lost Boys? I thought he did like at least one song. Is
I
he getting a
don't know.
little money for it?
If he wrote it, he would be. Yeah. I can't believe they didn't consult with him for choreography tips. I don't know. He's the lead gay.
And it's using it as a penis extender. Like, what is going on right now?
Here's how he got the job. He rolled in.
Oh, he's
flexed
Jackson the Mofo.
like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're like, I don't even care if you can play sax. You're good. Go
Like,
ahead.
you look Lenny Kravitz. You look like Lenny Kravitz, and you're fucking jacked. You're in the fucking movie.
Hey, you want to hear a surprise? You want a plot twist, Derek? Guess what?
Sure.
I didn't see Lost Boys. Shocker.
I don't even know who you are in that movie, but okay.
Well, 2026.
I'm just saying this: if you're doing a movie that's adapting the aesthetics of a movie, you kind of have to stay true to what the characters are, whoever the characters are.
Are you saying that Helen of Troy should not be black and Ethan Page should not be Achilles in the upcoming Odyssey film by Christopher Nolan?
I am saying, yeah, no.
Well, let me give you my quick take, though. I think they're playing live because the guitar player and the bass player clearly know how to play guitar and bass by the way they're playing. So it may be live. That's my guess.
Okay. I just thought it was funny that the Lost Boys are performing at the Tony Awards and nobody associated with the actual movie is part of it. Okay.
Yeah. Who watches the fucking Tony Awards?
Nobody.
I used to, back in the day, Derek, and I'm sure I used to love watching the Academy Awards and the Grammy Awards. Tony Awards? Never gave it a second.
Only one the only one I've ever cared about is Oscar, because I always just picture myself winning an Oscar and going up on stage and crying and like a little baby and retiring from making movies.
Yeah, I'll get up there, cry like a fucking bitch. I wanted to play goalie for the Bruins.
So we roast people on this show, but we also roast ourselves. I don't have a problem saying that I'll cry like a bitch and all this other stuff. So it's like,
nope.
If people get offended with that stuff, then they're not watching the entire show of us roasting the fuck out of each other.
I'm old, fat, and red. There. Although I will say, Derek, I took a selfie the other day to send to my date, which is something I usually don't do. I looked at my selfie. I'm like, why am I so red on stream? And in normal pictures, I'm not. I don't get it. It makes no sense.
It's probably the LED lights that are on the ceiling.
I think you're right.
It's yeah.
I'm not really this red in real life.
I use is just a simple light, and then I have like a kind of like it's almost like a flag on it, so it gives even light. Done. Like I don't go too crazy. It's one light with a flag on it.
All right. I need to work on that. I think you're right.
Yeah. And then you can manipulate the color. So like this particular light, you can't really manipulate the color, but this one is just already just a solid white. And it's a box enough that's over top of my monitors. So it just, it casts basically consistent light. Cause that's all it's about. It's try to make it as consistent as you can, because if it's not, then you'll see shadows around under your eyes or under your bald cap. You'll see shadows,
Okay. All right. Good advice.
Yeah.
You're the lighting expert. Actually, that's very helpful.
Okay, so Seth Rogen reveals he has smoked weed all day, every day since he was 20 years old. I smoke weed all day and every single day since I was 20 years old.
So I smoke weed all day, every single day since I was 20 years old, maybe something like that.
20.
Yeah. I equate it to shoes or glasses. Like, are shoes like a crutch we use, or are they a thing that we have culturally decided make our lives easier and better?
See, he wins awards because he follows the message and he does what he's told. But he has got to be the dumbest person. Like if you listen to him talk, it sounds like a fucking retard talking. His writing partner, Goldberg, is 10 times smarter than he is. Yep. I think he's the one that actually writes everything, but Seth Rogen gets fucking credit for it.
Here's a little personal anecdote. I've said this before. I have hung out with musicians, and many of them smoke weed. And do you know what doesn't happen after they get high? They don't get smarter. They get dumber.
Yeah. And him and his fucking laugh just
yeah. And plus, at this age, do you really want to be the weed guy? It's kind of, I don't know, a little embarrassing.
It's one of those things where it's like, I stopped drinking, and I'll have beers if like socially or whatever. But I stopped drinking on a regular basis when I was like 24, 25. It's like, it's old. I want to do something else.
Yes, you grew out of it, unlike me, and you made the right choice. So I will admit that. But here, to me, in my generation, like, if you're like, if you're 50 and you want some sort of vice, bourbon seems adult, kinda. to me more so than like weed. I just go, what are you, 16? Grow the fuck up. Drink like a fucking adult. Smoke weed.
Yeah, he's in the corner just going.
Could you imagine? And he plus we did a video on him earlier, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't want to have any kids." I'm like, "You smoked your entire life away, and you will have no legacy whatsoever."
Oh, and if he has
idiot.
kids at this point because he's a fucking pothead, they're gonna be dumb as a box of fucking rocks.
Well, I mean, a lot of the people that I know that smoke weed are actually very intelligent people, generally speaking. But smoking weed, it can open a little creativity sometimes, I think. But I think it's a net negative, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's childish.
Yes, perfect. That's what I think too.
Unless you have cancer and you're using it medically to maybe get rid of some pain, then that's a different story. I have a little bit of leniency for that.
Me too.
But he doesn't have pain. He's just a fucking pothead.
But now everybody gets their little medical, medicinal marijuana cards. It's turned. I think it's had a negative impact. The normalization of marijuana has had a negative impact on society. It has turned a subset of adults into children. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I'm old.
Yeah.
That is exactly how
And
it
red.
is to me. Could I not wear shoes? Probably. Could I not smoke weed? Probably. Would I just
No.
much rather smoke weed all day? Yes. I smoke weed all day.
I'm sorry. He's kind of a retard as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Weed to me is similar to I drink at appropriate times. I'm not waking up and chugging vodka. I wait till after work and relax a little bit. If that's what you do with weed, I can understand that. If that's instead of a beer, you have, okay. But this guy's talking about, he wakes up and the first thing on his mind is, where's my weed? And that's,
where's my bowl at? Where's my blunts at or whatever?
yeah. And that should not be anybody's first thought in the morning. It should be getting ready for your day or thinking about somebody you love, not where's my bowl? It's so stupid.
It's stupid. It's childish as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
He irritates the crap out of me, even though I'm a film guy, and you would think that I would actually like this guy. I don't like him. I don't like his lifestyle. I don't like his opinions. I don't like his fucking laugh. He is just a dumbass who, he has smart people around him that props him up when they're the smart people. Like I said, Adam Goldberg, his writing partner, is a legend when it comes to writing movies and television shows, and his wisdom has rubbed off on this fucking guy. But I mean, it's just.
But it's everywhere now, Derek. The been on dates with a girl who smokes weed. My ex, mother of my children, smokes weed. She's 50 something. It's like, I don't know what happened to everybody. I was like, remember in high school when we thought it was a high school thing, and then everybody kind of grew out of smoking weed, even though I never
growing up when it's like, what are people doing right now? They ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
So
Well, I didn't
smoking fucking weed.
I didn't smoke in high school. I think I smoked weed maybe 3 times total in my entire life.
I've done it twice my entire life. Yeah, I was like 23,
I just didn't like it. I was like,
24 when I did it.
I just thought it was boring.
I'm not controlling, but when it comes to me and my body, I am controlling. I like being in control of everything.
I agree. I had friends that dropped acid, and they're like, "You want to drop acid?" I'm like, "No." Like, come on, it's fun. You lose control. I'm like, "No, I don't want to. You do that. I'll keep an eye on you while you're tripping."
Yeah, no shit. All right, so this next one, it's not a video or anything, but okay. So Madonna, there is no, undoubtedly, she is an icon. She is an 80s icon.
Can't argue.
That, in my opinion, has overstayed her welcome at this point. But the success that she had in the 80s and the early 90s, you can't take that away from her. You just can't.
I view her as similar to Cyndi Lauper and Cher, where now they're just gay icons. Whereas before they were global. And you're right, Derek. She was.
And
huge
her politics
and
and the way that she talks and everything, I disagree with most of the things that come out of her mouth. But every once in a while, she has a nugget, like a little nugget that I can actually be like, hey, Madonna actually said something smart.
Yeah, broken clock
She
is
said
right twice a
Madonna
day.
on technology ruining the concert experience. Put your effing phone down and connect.
Mhm.
I agree.
I agree too.
I'll go to a concert. I'll post 2-minute videos of whatever concert that I'm at or a stadium or whatever, and I'll put it on my social media. I'll put it on YouTube, and that's it. I don't do anything else. I do 2-minute videos, bang, stick it on either on YouTube Shorts or something, and that's it. I'm fucking in the game. I'm watching the concert. I'm singing along on all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like I do that because people on the channel, we talk about music, we talk about movies. So if I'm doing the thing, it kind of makes sense.
Plus, it's all right. I mean, to me, if you want to record a few minutes just to have a keepsake from the evening, so you can watch later and go, "Oh, that was fun." That's fine.
Then my phone is in my pocket, and I'm freaking just jamming and singing and dancing and all kinds of shit.
Me too.
You know what I mean? So I agree with this comment, like right off the rip.
Me too.
Where she basically just says, "Put your damn phone down and enjoy the experience." One of the pictures that I hate and I've seen forever is where it's a picture of the Mona Lisa and there's about 6 people on their phones standing right in front of the Mona Lisa,
Yeah.
texting or whatever the fuck it is. It's
Yep.
like you're literally seeing one of the wonders of the world, and you're too busy fucking texting Herman, who lives in fucking North Carolina, or what the fuck you're doing. It's like it's time for people to and smell the roses and enjoy being alive and being able to connect with family and friends and just celebrate being alive and being able to accomplish something that makes you happy.
Right. Don't enjoy life through a lens.
Correct.
Like, enjoy the moment.
Because as far as I'm concerned, it's artificial. It's just like, well, I'm standing in front of the Mona Lisa and it's just a picture, and then I'm just going to talk to Herman on the phone.
It's a way to detect fakes, though. I will say that people who are pretending to like something, as opposed, I would say that. But so far, the title of this article, I couldn't agree with Madonna more. Let's see.
It says on Friday night, Madonna and a dedicated legend of her fans descended upon the icon's Beacon Theater on the Manhattan's Upper West Side for the premiere of Confessions 2, the film. The screening was followed by a Q&A with the Queen of Pop herself, alongside director Duo Torso, otherwise known as David Toro and Salmon Chase. Okay.
I smell gay. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I smell gay too. Why would you combine two? I'm my own individual. Don't combine me with anybody. Moderated by Anderson Cooper, who's a gay, who stepped into the replaced Jimmy Fallon as last minute due to scheduling conflict. The conversation between the quartet touched on everything from film itself to the creative process on set. And then let's see here. Coachella, where Madonna performed alongside Sabrina Carpenter, was her case study, as much as she said enjoyed the experience. She also detailed just how jarring it was looked out into the sea of people, only to be met with screens and instead of faces.
Yep.
As she put it, dancing in a form and we'd watched the video a couple of weeks ago of her and Coachella with the hat on, and she's just all like,
she was just grooving. Whatever. Good for her.
And she looked like she was high as fuck. She was on acid or something.
Sure.
As she puts it, dancing in forms of among any groups of people is a deep tribal experience that connects us to the universe and others. But this truth is now tainted by everyone's inability to enjoy the moment while they're still in it.
That's a wonderful
I agree
sentence.
with you, Madonna. I do.
Did she say that? That's genius. Yeah, she's right.
We ask she is parting ways. She cut to the chase. Pick your fucking phone, or says, put your fucking phones down and connect. And then she just talks about her film. I agree with her.
Me too. I have a couple of quick anecdotes that ties into this. So I am a fan of a band called King Crimson, which anybody who is a musician will know who they are. They have a policy, no phones, and they have walked off the stage and stopped their concert if they see a phone. Just left. They go, we warned you. We're done. It's super strict, which I'm like, okay, it's a bit draconian, but Fair enough. The other anecdote is one of my favorite bands, Rush, who I think you do know.
Yeah.
Tom Sawyer, all that. They just reunited and they had their first show on Sunday night back together. And the one thing I noticed in that crowd, although I was watching a video recorded by a phone, is that there weren't a lot of phones. Like everybody was, and it was nice to see, like everybody was there. Like, oh, I never thought I'd see Rush again. I thought they were finished. I want to focus on, the musicians. And it was pleasant to see.
Yeah.
By the way, they kicked all kinds of ass. They sounded so good.
You saw the live thing? Yeah.
I did. They have this new drummer, this blonde chick from Germany who's like 30 something. This girl is like 5'2". It sounds like she's hitting the drums with tree trunks. She was amazing. So good.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like these people that are addicted to their phones. It's like an endorphin rush for the phone, but they're not actually taking the time to smell the roses and enjoy what's happening in front of their face. Like I completely 100% agree with Madonna, and I don't agree with much what she says, but this one I do.
Yeah, but we both had experiences where you went to a ball game and enjoyed the ball game. I went to Ellicott City. Unfortunately, ran into a Pride festival, but I enjoyed the day with the girl I was with. And we weren't texting about how we were out in Ellicott City. We were talking to each other, holding hands, walking. So, yeah, I agree with Madonna.
So, yeah, smell the roses, people. Take the damn phone. Get rid of it.
I'm gonna go smell
for a half hour. Just get rid of it.
I'm gonna go smell the roses for 30 seconds, but I will be listening.
So this next one is going to be a little bit of a blast from the past. All right. Oh, I kicked it out. It gave it the old boot. It's the old boot. All right, so guys, like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. Since we've been since we've gotten over 500 subscribers, I've never had a super chat. So if you guys feel it in your brain and in your blood to super chat, I've never had one, so it'd be great to have one. We talk about music, we talk about movies, we talk about pop culture. Like I worked in Hollywood. I come from somebody that's on the right, because I grew up in small town Michigan, where we rode bikes and we went and played baseball with our friends during summer. Like I lived the American dream as a little kid. I was immersed in it. So for somebody to sit there and be like, well, it's just a bunch of old guys that are talking. It's like, no, I was actually raised correctly, and not just a complete. I had a mother and a father. Like I had, my parents are really cool, but they were kind of strict because I wasn't able to watch R-rated movies until I was like 10 years old.
Yep.
And I had a curfew when I lived at my parents' house when I was like 18, 19, 20 years old. I had a curfew. So I came from a background where it was very, very strict.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this chaos and all of this people causing chaos and crime, I don't understand any of it, because all I think it is just people that they don't have a life, that they're not actually accomplishing anything in life. There's nothing that lights them up enough to say when I was a little kid, I wanted to play baseball. I wanted to be a baseball player when I grew up, per se. Okay? It lit me up. I loved playing baseball. I would go to the park or go to like the back of a school and throw the ball against the wall like 1,000 times.
Me too. Yep.
So it's like it lit me up. And these people that are running around a bunch of crazies, they don't have anything that lights them up. They're worthless people. That's what irritates me more than anything, is because they're not actually out there accomplishing anything. All they're doing is crying and whining and wanting to this victim mentality and, oh, woe is me. And it's just like, people need to find something that lights them up, that opens up their soul, that opens up their heart and their mind and their juices and whatever that you want to call it. You know what I mean?
That's right. pick up a camera, pick up a guitar, pick up a pen, and create something. I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be a local one for myself because I went to this mall and I also worked at this mall when I was 20, 21.
All right.
So Gen Z people are actually going back to the mall. So this is a story about 12 Oaks Mall, which I worked at some point in my life as a young man.
What store?
I worked at a shoe store. It was
right.
track and trail. It was like a Birkenstocks and Doc Martens and
okay.
Teva sandals and stuff like that. So anyway, so this is what this is about: is the Gen Z generation is starting to go back to the mall. So there's a lot of hopefulness about malls kind of returning. That because there's a nostalgia factor of it, and not everything has to come from Amazon. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Ford in Novi. With apps like Amazon making shopping easier than ever, you might expect malls to be empty, but Gen Z consumers are proving convenience isn't everything. For a generation that grew up largely online, Gen Z is spending a lot of time at the mall.
Probably once or twice a week, probably.
Maybe like once a week or every 2 weeks.
Sometimes shopping, sometimes window shopping.
I always go to Victoria's Secret. I like that I can actually see the outfits that I'm getting.
That's cute. I like that.
He is spending a lot of time at the mall.
Probably once or twice a week, probably.
Maybe like once a week or every 2 weeks.
number one, what the hell's going on with that right there?
I don't know. That's her little.
Sometimes
hot topic.
shopping, sometimes window shopping.
I always go to Victoria's.
She goes to Victoria's Secrets. They had to have told her what to say. They had to have.
Yeah.
Who wants to see that in a teddy? Like, who wants to?
Mm.
I'm a big guy. Nobody wants to see this in a teddy.
No, that is true. Yeah.
Nobody wants to see my skibbies. I'm
Well,
sorry.
there's a certain group of people that do like bigger white girls. I've heard.
I like curvy girls, but I'm not going to be like, hey, curvy girl, why don't you get a teddy from Victoria's Secrets?
I agree with you. I can't argue with that. I'm trying to be nice to a young girl.
I like that I can actually see the outfits that I'm getting.
See, here's the thing: is she's blocking her mouth and stuff because she's embarrassed. Is she embarrassed because she's in front of the camera? Or is she embarrassed because she has all this shit on her mouth?
I don't know. Maybe it could be just a tick, but maybe you're right. Subconsciously hiding
in
her.
person, because rather than ordering online, I can see the quality.
I usually like.
I mean, what the hell is that shit coming out of her mouth?
Oh man, I don't know.
Going in store to be able to try stuff on and to really get a feel for those clothes, because I feel like that's the one thing that's lacking online shopping.
Sometimes they're also just
He's not
hanging
wrong.
out.
Just go in there for the fun of it.
You can kind of make
Right
a
on,
day
brother.
out of it. You can.
Dude, back in the day, that's where you picked up chicks at the fucking mall.
You are not lying.
I
That's
hear
the only
myself,
reason.
I gotta hear some echo or something. But yeah, you picked up chicks
Yeah.
at the mall.
That's the reason I went. I wasn't shopping. I mean, I was kind of shopping, but not.
Yeah, I was kind of
you know,
shopping, but you were more there
in
for
a
the
way.
chicks.
That's right.
Go for a couple hours, get something to eat, maybe get a matcha or a coffee.
Data from Kokana
Okay, it's got to be homosexual. Who goes for a macho to the mall?
Hey, baby steps.
shows Gen Z is leading the in-person pivot.
Instead of saying, no, I'm there for the girls, he's like, I'm going there for the macho.
Mm-hmm.
With younger shoppers making 62% of purchases in physical
good.
stores compared to 52% for older consumers.
Certainly, it's encouraging for retailers in the mall.
Professor of marketing at Oakland University, Daniel Lake, says the trend is likely driven by the COVID lockdown and their digital upbringing.
All humans eventually crave some, experiential type.
We have talked about this a million times. Bring back Blockbuster Video. Bring that shit fucking back. I liked going there and just hanging out and looking at movies and saying, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this?
Yep. Video games too. Check out if there was any cool games to rent.
Yeah.
Contact.
Lake says malls are
that
noticing
shit
and
back.
adjusting.
Malls have started to realize that these younger people want more experiences. So you're seeing more activities, in the mall beyond simply the stores themselves.
He says Gen Z's long-term spending potential can be valuable for the future of malls.
A lot of these retailers are thinking, if this continues, hopefully this will, start a resurgence for decades to come.
In Novi, Christiana.
Well, the problem is these malls are asking for astronomical rent, and then they're not doing anything to bring asses in the seats. Basically, they're relying on the retailers to do their own advertising. They're not advertising the actual mall. When was the last time that you saw a advertisement for the mall? You don't, because they always just like, well, Victoria's Secrets is going to run their own ads, or Abercrombie and Finch is going to run their own stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just like the mall was never like a place to pick up chicks and sometimes shop.
Sometimes shop. Well, here, let me complicate that a little bit. The mall was a place where girls like to go to shop for clothes. And since there were girls there, that's where the boys went. It's like why they don't charge ladies cover charges in bars. Because if the girls are there, the boys will pay.
Yes.
Or why I went to a Bon Jovi concert was not because of the music. It's because that's where the hot chicks were.
And shout out to Dave, who's a massive fucking Bon Jovi fan. He fucking loves them. He's a massive fan.
But yes, bring back mall culture. I used to love going to the mall with my buddies.
I love going to the mall too. Dude, there is a mall that is in St. Pete's. There's a couple stores that are closed, but for the most part, it's a mall. It's a working mall. Most of the stores are still there. It's a great little mall. It's kind of like a blast in the past. I went there a couple weeks ago, and I'm just like, this is what I'm talking about, baby.
Nice.
Bring the malls back.
And sometimes you did pick up chicks.
Yeah.
It wasn't just trying. Every now and again, you'd be at the food court.
Yep.
Kind of give a cute girl the eye. Next thing you know, you got a number, and there you go. The good old days there.
Yeah. That was when I went to the mall. Sometimes shop, all the girls were there.
Board 7 News Detroit.
Yep.
Humanity is very simple.
It is very simple.
Boys like girls. That's what moves everything.
Yes, they do. And back in the day when you were at the mall trying to pick up girls, did you get some sort of lecture about how women are better than guys at the mall?
No, the girls were there to be
girls
noticed.
wanted the attention. The guys were there for the girls. The guys were clearly there for the girls. The girls liked the attention. They liked having their favorite boy that they went to school with ogling at them and talking to him at the mall and all this other shit. So it's like
which
both
is why
parties benefited.
Yes, which is why the girls were buying clothes to wear something that the boys they liked would like.
Yeah.
You get dressed up to go to the mall, not dressed up like in a suit, but dressed up like how kids with the latest fashions. I mean, back in my day, it was mini skirts for the girls, teased up hair. It was like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So this was a Top Gun Maverick star, James Handy, stabbed to death in Woodland Hills. I think it was in Woodland Hills.
New video tonight shows the man accused of stabbing a beloved Hollywood actor to death outside a home in Tarzana. Police say James Handy, a veteran actor whose career spanned 5 decades, died after a domestic dispute at the hands of his girlfriend's adult son.
Tonight, Handy's friends and fellow actors are speaking out, describing the pain caused by his loss. KTLA's Mary Beth McDade joins us live from Tarzana with the latest. MB.
Okay, so to give you some sort of context, Tarzana is in the valley.
Okay.
You have Studio City, you got Tarzana, you've got Mission Hills, all these places were very big in 1980s and 90s films and TV shows. A lot of that stuff was shot in the valley. So Tarzana is in the middle of the valley of Los Angeles. So it's the valley is vastly different than like if you go to like Beverly Hills or Hollywood. It's sort of like the Hollywood is over here, the valley is over here, and it's kind of two different cultures because like Hollywood is like no only the people that have money can stay in Hollywood. Everybody else is in the valley.
Oh, I see. All right.
And then some people that were working actors would buy houses in the valley because they didn't have they're working actor. They're not millionaires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike and Cher, James Handy's alleged killer was officially charged with his murder today. Meantime, tonight, he is being remembered as an actor's actor who wasn't in it for the fame.
You know, I'll always think of him as not only a great friend, but the
You know the show he was in, right?
No.
The 1 years he played the dad.
Oh, okay. All right.
consummate actor.
What would you do if I had do?
What you saw is what you got.
Actor Dan Lauria, the father on the Wonder Years, is talking about his friend and fellow actor, 81-year-old James Handy. Handy, who's known for his many TV and film roles, most recently appeared in Tom Cruise's film Top Gun Maverick. His breakout role, though, was many years ago in The Verdict.
And I got to find out from the other side that they offered $200,000.
Lauria says he and Handy have known one another.
Yeah, he's one of these guys that is in everything, but you don't really know what his name is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know
this
his
guy's
face,
been around
though.
a long time.
For decades.
Well, we're both Vietnam vets, and in 1977, we were in a group called VETCO, which was Veterans Ensemble Theater. And we've known each other since then.
Lauria was devastated when he heard the news about Handy being stabbed to death at his Tarzana home, allegedly by 44-year-old Michael Gledhill, the son of Hardy's longtime girlfriend, Wendy Gledhill.
Nobody deserves to go this way. And Jimmy was such a lovable guy. It's just frightening to think of how he passed.
TMZ released this video of Michael walking away from the Tarzana home shortly after the Wednesday morning stabbing. Later in the day, Michael
This guy's just walking around like it's a sunny day. That tells me psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
was arrested for Handy's murder.
And what is he doing? Like, okay, so if he's 41, his mom is married to the actor. What is a 41-year-old like? Is he jealous because Handy was married to his mom and he's 41?
Probably.
What the
I had a stepson at some point, and I had to throw him through some bar stools on a couple of occasions.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Z says Wendy told them her son struggled with mental health issues and was diagnosed with schizophrenia
Of
in
course,
July
he
of
stabbed somebody.
2025.
Yeah, and
However,
had no
he
fucks to
recently
give.
stopped taking
Just walking
his
down the
meds.
street like it's a sunny day.
Jimmy mentioned
Damn white people.
many times that Michael had problems. And he was a little worried about the violence.
As for Handy, he's being remembered for his sense of humor and for his numerous roles as a character actor.
Oh yeah, he was, Jimmy's one of those guys that if he worked with a director once, that director didn't forget him. So he was always called back.
And as an all-around great guy who Lauria says lived by the motto he learned as a vet, all for one and one
Yeah, I kind of want to watch that movie, The Verdict.
for all.
So I appreciate you calling,
You like an ensemble cast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
because he was a good guy. He deserves to be remembered.
And we do thank Lauria for sharing his memories of Handy with us. And as for Michael at a court hearing today, his attorney told a judge that Michael is unable to help with his defense. And so a judge has ordered Michael to a mental health court where another judge will decide if he is competent enough to stand trial. For now, reporting live here in Tarzana, Mary Beth McDade. We'll send it back to you guys.
It's sad. It's terrible.
The guy's 81 years old. At that point, you should be thinking about what lake you're going to be fishing in. You figure you'll
Exactly.
ride off into the sunset, nice quiet ending.
Not
then this
dealing with some
jackass
psychopath.
fucking jacks you up with a knife, much like Rob
81
Reiner.
years old.
Yeah, Rob Reiner, same thing. He's like, okay, best years are behind me. It's now time to enjoy my family. And nope, you're going to get shanked by your son.
It's terrible.
God damn it. Oh, what's up, Dave Mustaine?
Dave Mustaine was in the band Metallica, right? He's like an early member of Metallica.
He was an early member of Metallica when they were good, and then he moved on to Megadeth.
You mean Iron Maiden?
No, Megadeth.
Oh no, he was
Megadeth? Never in Maiden. No.
Okay. So yeah, it's him talking about an album, and the guy to his left is a former professional wrestler.
Who? Yeah, dude, he's jacked. He almost looks like an older version of Randy Orton.
He was in TNA for a long time.
Okay. Is that Eric Young?
Yes, that's Eric Young. Yes,
nailed it.
And he's a music guy, so he loves music, and I think he's had a band for a long time. So he started doing shows where he's talking about albums and stuff. So I thought it was kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
One of the first records I picked, any self-respecting metal fan that knows anything about Dave Mustaine or Megadeth or Metallica for that matter knows how important Diamond Head was. Diamond Head was one of the first bands that I saw that played music that I understood, that I wanted to play. And when I was in Metallica was when we were basically discovering Diamond Head the most. Lars had spent a lot of time with the guys in Diamond Head. And this was such an influential band to me and to the guys in Metallica that there's 7 songs on the back of this record. And on side A, it's Lightning to the Nations, The Prince, and Sucking My Love. And we played The Prince.
Sucking My Love. That is a great song name.
It's kind of right on. It's a little too on the nose, but yeah, okay.
We played
Vampires,
Sucking My Love. And on side B, it's Am I Evil, Sweet and Innocent, It's Electric, and Helpless. And we played Am I Evil, we played It's Electric, and we played Helpless. There's 5 songs off of this record that we were playing in Metallica, and a lot of people thought those were original songs because, you know, we weren't rightly going out there and explaining to everybody, hey, these songs are great, and you're probably going to think they're ours, and we're not going to tell you that. We're going to give credit to where credit's due. Nah, we're gonna be quiet and make you think we're really great, and so that's kind of how Diamond Head came on my radar and why I like these guys. And the singer for Diamond Head that made up all of these great songs in the beginning was a guy named Sean Harris, and Sean and Brian don't get along anymore. For some reason, I think Sean thought his mom was going to be a good manager, and she had helped run the band, and that was it. You know, it's kind of like in Spinal Tap. Oh, there's somebody real.
I love my parents, but if tomorrow $1 million pops in my hand, am I gonna run to my parents and be like, "Can you help manage my money?"
No, but well, a lot of athletes do that now. Like Lamar Jackson from the Ravens, his agent.
Well, you know why they do that, right? Because they got baby mamas. So if mom or dad has the majority of my money in some sort of trust or something, they're hiding it from baby mamas.
I didn't think of that. That's a good point. Okay. All right.
Like Drake's talked about that, where he's got like his money elsewhere because of all the baby mamas.
I work with a guy who he had a Mercedes and then the next minute he didn't. And I said, what happened to your Mercedes? He goes, oh, I sold it to my dad. Then I found out he was going through a divorce. And I'm like, aha. Got you. I feel you.
So his woman didn't get it.
That's right.
He probably sold it to his dad for like $1.
No, he's $10, he said.
Even better, $10.
Organization.
The Inside Man.
Yeah.
Vinyl number 2.
Another record I picked was Iron Maiden Killers.
Hell yeah. That's what their old singer.
I had this friend of mine that was working at Musicland, and she would...
Musicland. That was a great freaking store.
See, those are the stores that the guys would go to when they were at the mall trying to pick up chicks. They would go to the record stores.
Yep. Musicland.
Fries or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Used to be Waxy Maxi.
Trade me
where I was.
records.
What was that? Waxy Maxi. What was that before that? You said Fries?
No, but well, Fry's now. Waxy Maxi's was the big record store when I was young. That's what it was called.
That must have been a local thing because I don't remember ever.
Yeah, it might have been
Waxy Maxi's.
Yep.
For dime bags of pot.
That's an even trade.
Yeah, it's about $10 a record, right? So I'm a pretty entrepreneurial
Maybe
guy.
the most rock and roll transaction of all time, Dave, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. $10 to start all this. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's awesome.
So anyways, I digress. I got this Maiden record, and I remember pretty much the same thing like the next record I'm going to talk about. When I dropped this record onto the turntable, it was really mind-altering because, I hadn't heard anything like Maiden. Maiden for me was pretty much what I was looking for unbridled energy and songs that are kind of like the feeling you get when you listen to Judas Priest's Ripper.
Oh, that's a great song.
Since
23 years old, I've gone to 4 to 10
You're
business
in
conferences
for
every year.
surprise. You're in for a shock. I like when the lead singer from Judas Priest came out as gay, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we kind of knew. It's all right. Still love you."
We kind of knew that you were prancing around in your skibbies.
Saying.
It started off with Ides of Wrath, and there's a lot of things that they talk about, kind of like Alan Parsons, the producer for the Pink Floyd records,
Dark Side of the Moon,
and
right?
his record, Tales of Mystery and Imagination. The songs are Edgar Allan Poe stories that he put to music.
Now, I know you were talking upstairs about the mascot. You guys have one. A lot of metal bands.
It's pretty deep to do like Edgar Allan Poe with music to it.
Mm-hmm. Like a concept album.
Dummies would not understand Edgar Allan Poe.
No, but dummies wouldn't buy an Alan Parsons Project record. So I think most of the people who would buy that would kind of get it, I would think. Maybe. I could be wrong.
How does that start? How do they come up with Eddie? How do you come up with that?
I don't know how they came up with Eddie, but I imagine that they've had kind of the same thing, just felt like they needed to have something that symbolized the band.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing. And like other kind of genres of music don't do that, but a lot of thrash metal, heavy metal bands had that. And I think it's iconic. I can remember having an Iron Maiden t-shirt with Eddie on it and an Eddie poster flying a plane on my wall when I was a kid. And I just thought it was the coolest. Cool. Yeah. Ace's High. Yeah. And I can't, I just thought it was the coolest thing. And I didn't know why. It's such a cool thing. It's such a massive part of rock and roll.
It is. And, when you look at other bands that have had mascots, a lot of them are hit and miss. You look at the mascot that Slayer had, the Wehrmacht guy, people liked that.
You told a story upstairs about you going as Eddie for Halloween. Now, I mean, you gave a bunch of the details, but I definitely have to know more about this. How old are you? It's Halloween. You decide to dress up as Eddie. Some extracurricular activities happen. You get arrested. We don't have to go into that, but what is it like walking in?
I love it's like, well, extracurricular activities happen. You get arrested.
Yeah, they skipped something there, but okay. I can fill in the blanks.
What happened in the middle there?
Yeah.
Being locked up in a jail as dressed as Eddie.
I got to tell you, they gave me plenty of space to sleep in there.
Somehow you're the weirdest guy there.
Yeah, I can imagine so. They're looking like that. What happened?
I mean, if he took off the Eddie outfit, would they know who? They probably knew. The people in jail would probably know who he was, right?
Probably.
So he'd probably have to just keep the Eddie stuff on so he doesn't really get hassled. And people would just be like, cool costume, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I would say in general he wasn't that big, but in that circle, the fans would know who he was. If they were fans of Iron Maiden, they'd know Megadeth.
It was Halloween, and Iron Maiden was just a new band, and I was that guy that always showed up, that had that little something extra that people wanted to hang around. And we're walking down the street across from the high school that I went to, and one of my friends had this novel idea that he would steal a plant. I had no idea this was even happening. I was so dumb.
I would love if the channel ever got to a certain point where we could have musicians on and talk to us for a few minutes. That'd be freaking amazing.
Would be amazing.
So I mean, at some point we have to be big enough for the juice being worth the squeeze for them to be here. So I can't just be like, oh yeah, we got 500 subscribers. It's like there has to be something on there, because if they have an album they want to drop, they want to be able to promote the album or the song that they have.
Yeah,
So I
there's
love
lots
to get to that point, you know.
There's lots of small music channels that do have musicians on, but the problem is they wouldn't be musicians that people who aren't music nerds would know.
Yeah, and YouTube is weird about that. I mean, we literally on Dave's channel, we literally interviewed two. I wouldn't say iconic, but I would definitely say people that have done stuff, and nobody gave a shit.
Well, I did. They were great interview. I loved that.
Great
show.
interviews.
That was fun.
Like we literally
And they hung
interviewed a person that is a producer of early rap, early he was an assistant for a Motown producer.
Guy knew
and
Eminem.
Nobody gave a shit.
Nope.
So it's like YouTube is a hard nut to crack, because it's just like I had people on the channel that have done stuff and nobody cared. So it's like, okay, I'm not going to waste my time, money, resources if nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? But hopefully we get to that point where we can have guests on that people are like, heck yeah, I want to see that dude, or I want to ask him a question or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, it's like we've talked about before in terms of us being kind of creative types, whereas you're a movie guy, I'm a music guy. Like, I never wrote songs in hopes that trying to get people to like it.
Yeah,
I wrote the songs I needed to write. So we've chatted about this offline. But like, I'm not about chasing algorithms. I just want to talk about stuff we both like talking about, and hopefully, organically, people will be interested. I don't know, but that's just me.
Well, like, I'm not going to be chasing algorithm, but you kind of have to, because like I said, you can have some cool ass person on and nobody cares because the algorithm doesn't give a shit. You see what I mean? That's the problem. Is it's like, I don't want to chase the algorithm, but you kind of have to. So that's why we kind of turn the channel into talking about music and movies and TV, and then we'll throw some stuff in, because that's what the algorithm fucking wants. So I would love to get to a point where we can just have chats, even if it's for 20 minutes, have chats with musicians and actors. And we had one of the kid actors for my movie on. And again, the algorithm didn't give a shit.
Nah, nobody knows. I mean, no disrespect to him, but people don't know who he is, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we know who he is.
Yeah. So I would love to get to that point with the channel, but right now I have to feed what the algorithm wants, just to get noticed. Not to be superstar, just get noticed.
I get even dumber as the story goes by. So let me tell you, he jumps over the fence and he unearths this redwood of a plant, and wraps it up with a sheet, and he's walking down the road with this thing, and it's so long that it's kind of bending in the air while he walks with it, like a big long pole vault, right? And he's got it covered up with the sheet, and I'm way behind him because I'm thinking, this is not cool, man. I'm drunk, what am I doing? All of a sudden a squad car pulls over and grabs him, and I see him, and I'm going, poor. And I'm getting ready to leave, and the cop goes, and like some rescue hound, I went trotting up to the cop car and was in handcuffs before I knew it.
Oh, jeez. Full Eddie costume.
And I said, why are you handcuffing me? And he said, because you're getting arrested. And I said, why am I getting arrested? And he said, because you stole this pot plant. And I said, what pot plant? And then when I saw what was underneath the sheet, I was just thinking, God, I wish you would have done this better. There was so much pot there. And that's all I kept thinking of. You blew it. We could have,
That's a rock and roll
30 records right there.
Yeah,
broke it down.
Yeah,
What
probably.
pot plant?
But
Oh,
they didn't press any
oh,
charges.
my bad.
That's why I think there probably isn't any record of photos of me, because I know for sure by now that people would have
been out there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That's a great story.
We could have just called it Cougar Camp. That's a whole nother thing.
Oh, that's House of the Holy. I can tell already what record he's holding.
Nice.
Come on, Dave.
Everybody,
Prove me right.
welcome to Final Obsession, the podcast. And today we've got Dave Mustaine. All right, what's the next album? Final number 3.
How you switch
Next
records
album,
on me?
Jeez, it's almost bedtime. AC/DC, Let There Be Rock. So this is the very first record I got from my girl over at the record store. And
love me some AC/DC. Love. And we could
I
definitely
love-
do an AC/DC album.
I like
went
AC/DC, but honestly, all their songs sound pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, they kind of do.
But I
the-
like
the
that
hits
about
are
them.
so good. They're
Yeah, you know what you're getting with them.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, I've been listening to UFO and I thought that was really great stuff. But my world had not been completely rocked yet. I had never had my world rocked. And when this record came out, it was the first time. And it hasn't happened since very often. It happened.
Has your world been rocked?
There were a couple of records that rocked my world, I would say, music-wise. Yeah, sure.
When Appetite
It's
for
been a while.
Destruction came out.
Yeah, I remember when Appetite for Destruction came out. Great freaking album.
Mm,
crap.
Can't argue with you.
Happened for us with Countdown. Happened for Metallica with the Black
Black
Record.
Album.
Happened
Yeah.
for Soundgarden with Loud Love. These are all bands that have singers that have voices, you know, and have something. I knew when I heard this that these guys were going to be massive. And, you know, I'm just a kid at the time, so I don't know that I've got this gift to be able to hear music and know the bands that are going to be making it and the bands that won't. You know,
But you knew that was something special
this
the
is
first time you heard it.
Yeah, absolutely. This was probably the purest, most rawest form of speed and adrenaline that a person could possibly ever get without physically ingesting any kind of a substance. So, yeah, I loved this record. I remember I became such an AC/DC fan that I had every version of every record you could possibly get, every different release, different versions of the same exact album, just because the song
Razor's
order
Edge.
is
Yeah.
mixed up. I was in. And the last time that I did anything with AC/DC, we did this tour with them. And, you know, AC/DC doesn't have to pay anybody to tour with them, so they paid us $5,000 a show. And we ended up going almost $200,000 in the hole to do this. And
AC/DC is a band, like, I was drawn to them immediately, too, the first time I heard them. And I've always wanted to have one of their songs as my walkout music for wrestling. It's never happened because it costs money and it's, you know, they don't
hell
wanna
yeah,
use
that'd
it.
be
But
awesome.
if you say
That
Dave
would be
Mustaine
good.
was a pro
Those
wrestler,
bells, that
or
would
maybe
kill it.
you're in some big jiu-jitsu match and you get to choose any song. Could be one of your own, could be one from AC/DC, could be one from Diamond Head, anybody. What's Dave Mustaine's walkout music?
Ooh, good question.
Hummingbird by CC Croft.
That's a great choice. That's a great choice.
Okay, what's your walkout music?
I have thought about this. It's Tom Sawyer by Rush.
Oh, okay.
I think that would work. You know, modern day warrior, mean pride, all that stuff. That'd be good. How about you, Derek?
So you're going to the ring walkout music. Never thought about it, honestly.
I'm shocked you haven't thought about this. As a baseball fan, all the baseball players have walkout music now.
Well, now they do. Back in the day, they never did. But
No,
yeah.
they didn't back then.
Probably maybe Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
I swear to you, Derek, that was in my head before you said it. That's
The
a good
guitar
one.
at the beginning.
Hell
the-
Yep. All right. Here you
You
go.
see me walking out. Yeah, probably Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
All right. Tom Sawyer and Thunderstruck.
I still jam to that freaking song. The beginning of that song is just freaking.
It's iconic. You can't not jam
Good
to it.
answer. It's a good answer. For me, I know I always wanted it to be Hell's Bell.
Aha. That's what I said, EY.
The AC/DC song, it's perfect walkout music.
Yeah, it was freaking great. All right. YouTube's probably gonna hate us for that one, but it was a great freaking video.
I like that show. I'll have to check that show out.
Yeah,
that was fun.
That was fun. Yeah. Okay, so it's crazy that it's the 10-year anniversary of Prince passing away. Can you believe it? 10 years.
He's a genius. It's terrible. Yep.
So they're having a I think it's a festival in downtown Minneapolis celebrating Prince.
It's been more than 10 years since Prince performed in Minneapolis. This evening, fans came together for the next best thing. Outside the iconic First Avenue downtown, native Minnesotans honored his memory, joining people from hundreds or even thousands of miles away to sing their favorite Prince songs together. Connor White brings us along.
This is what it sounds like.
Just want your extra time and your
ding 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 ding.
When Minneapolis throws a party.
I'm Prince's #1 fan.
It's a bold claim in
All
this
right.
crowd, gathering in downtown Minneapolis.
Yeah, that's
to
that's a
sing along
bold
to Prince's
claim,
biggest
Cotton.
hits.
I appreciate it though.
It's the latest in a week-long celebration of the Minnesota.
Oh, they got
superstar.
raspberry berets on.
Sunday
I get it.
what would have been his 68th birthday.
I'm not gonna lie, the crowd looked like a Kid Rock crowd.
Well, yeah, I hear you.
10 years after he passed.
He would have been
His
68.
hero watching
Oh,
Saturday as adoring
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. Yeah.
fans took over the street outside First Ave.
I've got raspberry beret.
Wendy Luter of St. Paul painted each of her nails in the style of a
Oh, that's
Prince
pretty
album.
sweet.
We
Yeah.
created these ourselves.
James Perea has custom pins honoring Prince's 1989 Batman soundtrack.
Dude, that soundtrack
He
was
flew in
great
from
that he
California.
did.
Man, I can't tell you how much I listened to that soundtrack.
great.
It was all killer, no filler.
For this week. But
That
he didn't
dance was a
travel the
banger.
farthest.
I'm just saying that up front.
And I remember watching the movie and I'm just like, because I watched it at the theater and I'm like, that's a Prince song. That's a Prince song.
Yeah.
That's a Prince song.
This town needs an enema.
Yeah.
Borrowing from Prince's wardrobe, Amanda Bentley flew from England.
And no one would even dream of understanding why, apart from me.
For all the tourism, Minneapolis
Bitch
City
looked like John
Councilor
Lennon.
Latricia Vitaw says she found a permanent home here thanks in part to Prince.
Because my mom was a super fan, and she just thought like, oh, I know this town. I saw Purple Rain, and I moved here.
She says City
Yeah, she
Council
wanted
was
some of that
eager to
stick.
approve an event like this.
Unfortunately, Purple Rain was actually shot in Los Angeles, and the cover for Purple Rain was shot at the Warner Brothers back lot. So I don't know what she's talking about, but okay.
Way to ruin it for everybody.
Sorry.
Is suffering in the wake of Operation Metro Surge this past winter.
We think about like reviving downtown and how people get back down here, and this is it.
Yeah, I wonder why nobody wants to hang out in downtown Minneapolis nowadays.
Prince is
Oh,
once
yeah.
again able to help his city in a tough spot.
This event has created an immense amount of walk-ins.
O'Donovan's Irish
That's
Pub
good.
among the local businesses getting a boost this week because in the Twin Cities, to Prince in Minneapolis with photojournalist Bradley Horwath, Connor White, WCCO News.
That looks like
Can I
fun.
ask you a
I
question,
would have loved to have been
How
there.
much-
Yeah, that was good.
That's my holy trinity of music: McCartney, Stevie Wonder, and Prince.
It's a good trinity. You got a good
I think
trinity.
so. I think so.
So I got another video that I'm just waiting for the commercials.
I.
All right, let me pull this up. Commercials.
Bueller.
Bueller.
Anyone?
Bueller.
I mean, seriously,
That's such a great movie. Such a great
love it.
80s movie.
With the
The most
sick Red
iconic
Wings
movie
jersey too.
scenes from
Yep. Gordie
the
Howe. Yeah,
19
he's wearing a Gordie
Yes,
Howe
sir.
jersey.
80s.
I want that jersey.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is set to celebrate its 40th anniversary next
40th anniversary, Julio. Does that not make you feel fucking old?
I'm about to jump out of my first floor
I was
window.
9 years old when Ferris Bueller's Day Off came out.
Would have been 16. Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday. Movie tickets were $3.75 back in
$3.
Right? That is true.
1986.
Now you can't get out for, well, you go matinee and probably pay $10, but the popcorn and all the other shit will bring it up to 30.
Easily.
Just stick that shit in, put some snacks in the old pocket.
Some booze.
It had an
back in the
initial
day
budget of
to do that.
$5 million, and then that comedy starring Matt.
I hate watching stuff with him in it because he went to the po for pedophilia.
Oh, we talked about that, I think, on the show at one point. Yeah.
Matthew Broderick as Ferris.
He was in that. He was in Beetlejuice. He was in a bunch of stuff, and he went to the po.
Bueller would make more than $70 million at the box office.
She was cute back in the day. Now she's hideous, but yeah, she was cute.
That's Jennifer Grey, right?
Yeah, Jennifer Grey. She was in
She
Dirty
got a
Dancing.
nose job, and to me, I was like, your nose was always, it was cute. Why did you fix that? Don't fix that.
Yeah, it was kind of like a schnoz, but it was
Yeah.
cute. It fit her face.
I agree.
You're crazy.
You
My
know who
next-
she's talking to in that scene? Charlie Sheen. That was one of Charlie Sheen's first movies.
I heard he had, well, never mind. I listened to some
Guess
Corey
was
Feldman stuff
Ferris's
recently.
economics
Oh yeah, he was wearing the Gordie Howe jersey.
teacher,
And the guy with the
actor,
Gordie
and
Howe
economist
jersey, that
Ben
is,
Stein.
what is
I
his
mean,
name?
that-
Alan Ruck?
Alan Ruck, yeah.
He later became the captain of the USS Enterprise B in Star Trek Generations. What's the matter with that? I know some shit.
Yeah, okay, nerd.
I'm a nerd. Captain Kirk had to come in and bail his jank ass out.
He was in West Wing, or he was in one of those political shows for a long time as well. I think it was the one that had Charlie Sheen was in it later, but it started off with what's his name? Marty McFly.
Oh, Michael J. Fox?
Michael J. Fox. It was sort of like he was like the assistant to the mayor.
Okay.
So it was like the mayor's office, and then Charlie Sheen took over like way later and stuff.
All right. You calling me a nerd? Fine.
That was anyone my age would know that and still says it when nobody is around. You know, you say the person's last name. Take us back to when you guys were actually making this film.
And then he had a show called Win Ben Stein's Money.
I remember that. Yep.
I watched it a little bit. I didn't quite understand it, but he was iconic in frickin' Ferris Bueller.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like on set? And did you realize how popular this was going to be?
One, it was paradise. You know, you're making me cry because I miss Mr. Hughes very, very much. Anyway, I was just going to take the role off camera. I am a teacher by profession most of my life. I'm not a trained actor in any way, and I'm not a very good actor. But I came to the set. My very dear friend Michael.
Yeah, he's an economist and a teacher. He never really was an actor. He would show up stuff because it was like he sort of had the voice that everybody just like, that shit's funny. You know what I mean? But he wasn't a trained actor, which I thought was pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Chinich was directing.
I mean, that's a meme of all memes. Bueller.
I'd use that.
Anyone?
People, half the time people don't understand when I say that because they're too young, but I'm like,
yeah.
Hello, Bueller. Anyone?
Because it's very
Bueller.
monotone. Bueller.
Yep.
Bueller. It's great.
And they said, "You're very." John Hughes said, "You've got a very funny voice. I'd like you to take the role off camera." I took the role off camera, and the student extras who are clogging up the whole set, big set, stage 16 at Paramount, be stage 15, started laughing, and applauding. And so Mr. Hughes said, "Well, go back and do a whole scene on camera about something you know about." And at that time, there's a tremendous struggle about supply side economics, tremendous. And I knew a lot about it because my father had been chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors under President Nixon. And so
I didn't know that.
I ad-libbed the scene. It was about maybe 10 minutes.
His father worked in the Nixon administration. I didn't know that.
Those people, I mean, yeah, I didn't know that either.
I thought to myself, this is really, really fun.
Got the drool and the jazz.
Really, really fun.
That was me this morning.
applauded. And
that's,
Mr. Broderick
that
came up to me and
stereotypical
said,
girl
"You're
that's
really,
got the
really good.
fucking
Have you
bubble
done
gum in
much
the front row.
Broadway?" And I said, "Sure, this is going to make me cry. This is my first time doing anything and on camera. Although I've been on many news shows, and anyway, I did it, and Mr. Hughes congratulated me. The producer, my dear friend Michael Chinich, congratulated me. He's still probably my best friend. I'm sorry, this is making me cry.
Ben Stein is 81 years
When I was
old.
done, it was the first time I think I had ever had a car phone. I called my wife and I said, "This has been the best day of my life." Sorry to keep crying. And I miss Mr. Hughes very much. Anyway, and my wife said, "Really better than the day we were married?" And I said, "Well, Lauren, it's the second best day." But I didn't think it was a movie. I remember
Mrs. Stein has to know who's number one. Just saying.
I love it. I love it. He's still doing a bit.
Yeah.
Michael Eisner was in charge of Paramount. Let me sit in a screening room by myself and see it. And then Alex and I, that's my wife, went to a Chinese dinner after the premiere, and people were coming by, just jamming this little Chinese place in Westwood and saying Bueller, and I thought, "Oh, something's happening here." But I'm sorry, this is making
Could you
me cry.
imagine that? You're at a Chinese restaurant.
No,
Somebody's
you know
like,
what?
Bueller.
It gives
I
me
would do that
goosebumps
all the time if
because
I were him. Everywhere I
it was
went.
such a part of my life.
I couldn't help
I
myself.
grew up
Be
in
like,
the
Bueller.
80s. Reagan was president. I was in high school in
Anyone?
the 80s, just going to college when this movie started. And it became such a defining film for so many people of my age. I think you understand, but I think if you grew up in that time, you understand. Oh yeah, just hearing "Oh yeah" by Yellow, right? I mean, it was so iconic. It's so cool, and it brings us all back to that day that we saw this for the first time, and now my kids are enjoying this.
Boom, boom.
Well, God bless you. I live right in the heart of Beverly Hills, and as I go up to the Beverly Hills Hotel for lunch, as I do almost every day, everybody I pass by, it doesn't matter how old or young they are, say Bueller. It was just magic. And I went on to have a very successful quiz show. We made almost
and Jennifer
1,000
Connelly, right?
episodes of When Men Stein Money.
Yeah.
And
Very
that
pretty
doesn't
good.
get anywhere near,
I don't think it was
not
Jennifer
even
Connelly.
close to as
Is it not? Okay.
attention as
Could be
Ferris.
wrong.
I would say that's true, and I still remember your show. That was a great show too.
Yeah,
but the one Bueller, everyone can relate to it, and everyone uses it at some point in their life. That's
that is true.
It was a gift from God. It was.
Her name is Maria Sarah.
Mm.
But she had that look. That was a really popular look that they were using in movies back then. The petite brunette.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jennifer Connelly was so hot.
I mean, forget it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm sorry you're making me. These are very strong memories for me. They're making me cry.
I mean, doing that all night.
But I would see that. I remember that day.
That looks like Mary Stuart Masterson. I think
was when John Hughes died. I really can't control myself.
Hey, you know what? We all get emotional when we start thinking back at our great days of when I tell my kids this. I'm like, I was so happy to grow up in the 80s, and they wish they grew up when I grew up. And my wife and I talk about that all the time.
I say the same thing to my kids.
It's so different now.
Oh, absolutely. It was.
I'm like, I wish you were there.
Like, people were not as polluted. They weren't as propagandized to death like they are now. So it's like I had friends because we walked up to somebody and said, "Hey, do you want to play baseball?" And then we instantly become friends.
It was more fun and free, I think.
You can't do that now because people look at you side eye, or well, why is this white guy walking up to this black kid? Does he have some sort of thing? It's like, we never thought about that. We just wanted to play baseball, and it's like, do you want to play? That's all
you
that
got a
mattered.
glove? Let's go.
So like people weren't so propagandized as they are now. That's 90% of the problem. What you said earlier, the 24-hour news cycle, and then you go on X and people are doing nothing but lying and lying and lying. And idiots believe the lies without doing any research for themselves. It wasn't like that back then.
Well, I'm fortunate to have grown up when I did. I will say that.
Yeah. Same thing with the 90s. The 90s weren't like that.
I mean, yeah, I was in my 20s in the 90s, and they were pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Like the 90s.
And I've always said the best thing out of the 80s was the music and the movies. Like, by a lot.
Yep. All right, I'll be back in 30 seconds. Union break. But you have a lot of we're doing an album later, right?
No, we're doing an album next.
Okay, next. You have other albums on deck though for future weeks, right?
Yeah, I've got some. I'll pull up and kind of talk about it. Let's see here. Let me pulls it up. Okay, so Julio is going to make his list. Now, Julio was more of a musician head than I am. So sometimes he gets a little bit more technical with his list, and I'm just kind of like, I like one song. So we have to kind of figure out like a happy medium as far as like picking our lists or our albums that we're going to go over. So the list that I have so far is okay. So I have The Letter and Neon Rainbow, which is by the Box Tops. If You Can Believe Your Eyes and Ears, by the Mamas and the Papas, which had Sunday. Toys in the Attic by Aerosmith, which is arguably, it's got to be top 20 rock album of all time. Bob Seger, Night Moves. I'm a Michigan guy, so I've got my Michigan bias. But Night Moves by Bob Seger has got to be top 50 in rock and roll albums of all time, because that one has old time rock and roll. It has Night Moves, which is the name of the album, but there's also a song called Night Moves. It has Turn the Page on that album. It's an absolute great freaking album. Free Willin' by Bob Dylan, which is Bob Dylan's first major album. So we're gonna do that, and then Pain in My Heart by Otis Redding. That one has sitting on the dock of the bay. I mean, Sitting on Dock of the Bay is arguably one of the greatest soul songs of all time. So we're going to talk about that album. But today we're going to do Beastie Boys. Licensed to Ill by the Beastie Boys is the one that we're doing today. So let me start getting my stuff together here. The old stuff. The old stuff.
Oh boy, this album takes me back, Derek. Holy shit.
Yes, it does. Okay, so little context. Okay. Licensed to Ill is the debut studio album of the Beastie Boys, released on November 15th, 1996 by Def Jam and Columbia Records. During that time, I would have been 9 years old. And I was listening to Michael Jackson's Thriller on a record album until November 15th, 1986, when Licensed to Ill by the Beastie Boys came out. And Michael Jackson got put in the back burner.
I agree. Yes, sir. I agree.
It's a landmark in hip hop for the first rap album to top the Billboard 200 charts, reaching number 1 in March of 1987, holding it for 7 weeks, and one of the best-selling rap albums of the 1980s, and later achieved diamond certification, over 10 million copies shipped in the U.S. Produced by Rick Rubin. And Rubin, as we know, is a very massive producer of music. He did Johnny Cash's last album. he is by himself. We could do a whole video about Rick
Yeah.
Rubin.
He's a hit maker.
He is a hit maker. The trio was Mike D, Michael Diamond. Ad Rock was Ad Horowitz. Horowitz.
Mhm.
And then MCA was Adam Yach. Started in the New York hardcore punk scene before shifting to hip hop. I always thought it was interesting that they started off doing punk music, because I'm assuming in the 70s in New York City, that was really popular. Everybody was trying to glom onto the punk scene in the 70s and the early 80s, right?
They started out as a punk band. I think Adam Yauch played bass, Horowitz played guitar and sang, and Mike Diamond played drums. And they did a whole EP with still the same goofy ass lyrics, just punked up, which is why you hear in Beastie Boys albums lots of guitar and rock type stuff that they generally actually play. So they're kind of musicians.
Yeah,
And
they
they
played
just-
all kinds of different instruments.
Yeah.
And what made the Beastie Boys something special is because their style was different.
Oh yeah.
They infused punk, rock. They covered some songs and then made it into a rap song.
Mhm.
They used beats. They used all kinds of different instruments, xylophones. They used guitars. They used everything under the sun, and it was a fusion of all this different type of music. And in '86, when me and my brother were listening to this song, it's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Because it was nothing like anything ever came out before.
Yeah,
And
they-
they didn't really cuss that much. So my parents really didn't pay attention to us listening to the Beastie Boys, because they talked a lot about farts and girls and White Castles and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But there wasn't really any hardcore language. So my parents were just like, well, they're not cussing anything, so that's okay. You as long as they're not cussing. And it's like, no, they're not.
They were like, but I'm a huge Beastie Boys fan, and not just Licensed to Ill. This is not their best album, but it's one of them. What I always liked about them is their lyrics were funny and clever.
Yeah.
Like, they made you laugh when you listen to them, but they were kind of real in a way too. And for me, I had this on cassette. I remember having this cassette. And when me and my buddies would get together to do some drinking on a weekend, this was always playing. This is white boy party music, the pinnacle of it.
I mean,
frat boy rap almost.
I don't know about frat boy rap, because I don't know. It's hard to say, because I mean, you go to any club, and if you go to a club now in 2026, chances are they're playing Brass Monkey by the Beastie Boys from Licensed to Ill.
Love that song. Unfortunately, it made me actually drink Brass Monkey, which was a bad idea.
Is that just like a collaboration of just a bunch of alcohol, and it's just nasty?
It is a ghetto Long Island iced tea that you can buy at the corner store downtown, and it is. I'll tell you that it comes back up just as good as it goes down. I will say that.
Oh, it's nasty.
It is not good. But here. So I'm at my daughter's wedding, right? One of the best, probably the best day of my life, watching her get married. And her and our little father-daughter dance was the Beatles' Blackbird, and it was cute. So the party gets going, the DJ starts playing, and my son-in-law goes, we got to get some Beastie Boys out here for Mike, because everybody knows I'm a big fan. So No Sleep Till Brooklyn, that was like the song that got dedicated to me. And everybody got out there and stood. It was I love. So what's your favorite song on this album, though? Because I have a very strong opinion on this.
Probably my favorite is going to be Paul Revere.
My Brother in Christ. I'm with you.
The one that I always listen to and it puts a smile on my face isn't one of their hits. I mean, Girls is great. Brass Monkey is great. But it was The New Style.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1.
Yes.
I love this
We
whole
put
album.
it on wax because it's the new style. So I always just like as a little kid would sing that song.
Yeah.
But the hits are freaking fantastic. But I absolutely love the new style. I don't know why, but I did.
All right. I'm a Paul Revere guy. That I think that the lyrics, the story, it's iconic. There's no bad songs in this album. They're all great.
Yeah. And Paul Revere, the beat for Paul Revere is actually a beat reversed.
Mm-hmm.
So as a little kid, I'm just like, how did they make a beat and then play it in reverse? Like, how the hell did they do that? Well, a turntable, you can do that.
Mm-hmm. There's so many samples on this album. I hear there's Led Zeppelin samples.
Yeah.
Yep. That's yeah. And if you really want to move forward with the Beastie Boys, after this album, the record label wanted them to do License to Ill 2, really. And they're like, nope. And they dropped Rick Rubin, went out to LA and hooked up with producers called the Dust Brothers and put out an album called Paul's Boutique, which to me is the greatest hip hop album ever. There's a website called paulsboutique.info that lists all the samples. It's insane. And hopefully that website's still around. So my point being, everybody loves License to Ill, but if you want to get deep into the Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique is the best. And that's the album that Girls is on, I think.
No, Girls is on License to Ill.
Okay.
So the track list for License to Ill is Rhythm and Style. The new style.
We put it in all wax.
She's crafty. She's just my type. She's crafty.
That's the Zeppelin sample.
She's crafty. And then it's Poise and Effort, Slow Ride, and then Girls, Fight for Your Right to Party, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Paul Revere, Hold It Now, Hold It Now.
Hit it.
Hit it. Brass Monkey, Slow and Low, and Time to Get It. Or Time to Get Ill. It's time to get ill. Yeah.
What's the time?
It's time to get ill.
All right, you were right. I was wrong about Girls. I'm trying to think what the song I'm thinking of. Oh, well, doesn't matter.
And Girls was great because it was just like ding, 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 Girls, ding, 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 ding.
To clean the
oh, we love it is Girls, ding, 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 ding,
to clean the bathroom, to scrub the kitchen, all that shit.
Yeah.
The song I was confusing Girls with was Hey Ladies. That's the one on
Oh, Hey Ladies.
Get funky.
Funky. Hey Ladies. Paul's Boutique had To All the Girls, Shake Your Rump, Johnny Royal, Johnny Royal. Eggman, High Plains Drifter, The Sounds of Science, Three Men Rule, Hey Ladies, get funky, 5-piece chicken dinner, Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun, Car Thief, What Comes Around, Shadrach, Ask for Janice, and then 8-Boy,
B-Boy Bouillabaisse.
Yeah.
And what I like about Paul's Boutique is all the songs.
That is where we're going to differ because I am a slappy when it comes to License to Ill by the Beastie Boys. I have to admit it. I am a slappy.
Hey, I love it. I love License to Ill. What I liked a little better about Paul's Boutique is all the songs connected. So it was like one big giant hip hop song, which was great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Out of 10, what would you give License to Ill?
Oh, like I said, I'm going to be a slappy, so I'm going to give it I'm not going to give it a 10, but I'll give it a 9.5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9 just because I'm saving space for the 10 for Paul's Boutique. So, yeah, 9. I mean, there's every song on License to Ill was great.
One of those things is I don't think there's any album that's ever going to make a 10.
Honestly. What we get? Well,
9.5 for me. Like almost a 10, but there's a couple like there's so many great songs, but then there's a couple songs that are okay, and a couple of those okay songs make it a 9.5.
Yeah. Plus, I think nostalgia. I just remember where I was when this License to Ill cassette was playing.
Yeah.
I was always with my buds. We're always playing quarters or drinking beer or trying to pick up chicks. I mean, it was It's one of the best party albums ever.
It is, undoubtedly. I mean, as far as party songs or party albums, what else would there be?
I think you're right. I think this is the top.
Maybe Michael Jackson's what is it? Above the Wall? Not Above the Wall.
Off the Wall.
Off the Wall. Maybe Michael Jackson's Off the Wall.
Okay, maybe if there's girls at the party. This License to Ill is what you play before the girls show up when you're getting ready for the party. This is like the guys' party album.
What else would be like the best party songs of all time or albums of all time?
I can't think of one better than this.
I can't think of one either. I'm like I said, you can go to the bar or club today and listen to Brass Monkey playing.
Everybody loves it. Sure.
Yeah.
Or girls. You could play this front to back. People wouldn't complain.
No, I don't think they would.
Paul Revere, you kidding me?
Yes. So yeah, okay. So I think it's fair to say that as far as a party album, this is the greatest party album of all time.
I agree. We agree, Derek. How about that? That won't happen in coming weeks.
Well, we kind of knew that this was going to be kind of a slappy album.
Well, but you picked the album.
With this album, I am like
you picked the album, not knowing how I felt about it, and I feel the same way you do. It's great.
Yeah,
there's only one License to Ill.
Yeah, there is only one License to Ill.
I might listen to it after the stream.
There was a thing that had talked about Paul Rubin and his take on it.
Paul Rubin,
or not Paul Rubin, not
Pee Wee Herman,
Rick Rubin.
Okay,
not we don't care what Rick Rubin. Let me play this. Let me share this real quick. Okay, so it says on License to Ill. This is sort of Rick Rubin's stamp on it. This album showcased Rubin's early style, applied his hip hop and rap rock. It was dense with samples, but arranged sparsely and aggressively. Heavy sampling with rock energy. Tracks looped iconic break and riffs, i.e., Led Zeppelin when the leaves break. Drums on the rhythm and styling. Black Sabbath and the Clash. They sometimes looped tapes manually before sampling were common. They created a big party-ready sound that bridged punk rock attitude with rap.
Yeah, Rhymin' and Stealin' was literally When the Levee Breaks drum beat from Led Zeppelin and the guitar riff from Sweet Leaf from Black Sabbath. And they rapped it. I mean, well, that was She's Crafty. That was Led Zeppelin too.
Yeah. Yep. Beat structure was prominently hard-hitting drums. Start-stop, dramatic and playful transitions. Rubin with Beastie Boys as co-producers built self-contained, chaotic yet fun universes. That's a great way to describe it.
Yes.
Rock crossover. Rubin played rhythm guitar on the No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Wow, I didn't know that was Rick Rubin that was playing the rhythm guitar on that. And brought it into Slayer's Kerry King for a solo, fusing metal and guitar with rap.
Which was a thing back then. Remember, like Aerosmith and Run DM? It was like a thing. I think Public Enemy and Anthrax did a collab.
Sparse yet dense feel, while sample heavy. The overall production feels direct and bratty, with the voices and core groove front and center, rather than they're buried in the effects.
And the reason you can have a sparse arrangement with breaks in the music is because everybody wanted to hear what they were going to say next. It's about the lyrics.
Yeah, and then it talks about his broad strokes doing rock and fusion, and then they talk about Johnny Cash, but that was kind of the thing that they were talking about in 1986, A License to Ill. With
Be interesting to have heard what they would have done with him on the next album had they stuck with him. And
it would have been, but it would have been more of the same, right? It would have literally been License to Ill 2, right?
Yeah, which is why I think I'm glad they didn't do that. Like, I love Paul's Boutique. That's the best hip hop album of all time for me, hands down.
But yeah, that's License to Ill by the Beastie Boys. Like I said, I've got so many sentimental thoughts and feelings about this album.
Me too.
And,
I can feel myself.
It holds up today. I was literally working and had License to Ill by the Beastie Boys playing in the background as I was working.
It takes me back to like hotel parties where one guy would get a room and then he'd sneak us all in to go. It's good.
And then when I'm
memories.
off the phone, it's like, put it on wax. It's the new style.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Rest in peace, MCA Adam Young.
Yeah, rest in peace, MCA. Which is sad because he died of cancer. He had real bad cancer.
And you know what? They didn't do anything after that. They were done.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's
that.
hard to. It'd almost be LARPing, right? If you've got 3 distinct voices that make up the Beastie Boys,
Yeah, you can't
and
replace
trying
them.
to replace that, I don't think it would have been right to begin with. So I actually agree with it 100.
Me too. He had the best voice out of the 3 of them, in my opinion. Also, he had that deep, gravelly voice. MCA did.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's our record of the week. So we're doing one each week, and it's all over the place. We're doing old school rock, we're doing old school pop, we're doing rap, we're doing all kinds of stuff. It kind of depends on what we feel like doing.
That's right.
Because I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm trying to go on the older side because we're doing record of the week. So a lot of these albums that we're picking literally was on record, literally had to listen to on a record. So I mean, yes, we can do modern songs, but in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, modern songs the last 10 to 15 years are shit, and I don't like them. Like, I like country music, so there are country artists that I like, but for the most part, altogether, music is not the same. So I love these old albums and songs and mashups and
Me too.
Different instruments. I love this stuff. So
what's next week? What are you picking for next week?
I don't know. Did you have any in mind? Because I wrote that list for you, kind of what I was thinking.
Let's do Toys in the Attic.
Okay, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Arguably one of the greatest rock and roll albums of all time.
Let's have one more week where we agree before we start arguing with each other after that.
Yeah, because we definitely have different taste in music.
Kinda. But we both agreed on Fleetwood Mac Rumors. We agreed on this. We both like Carole King. So there's the what do they call it? The Venn diagram. There's some commonality there.
Well, because I appreciate the. Okay, so so there's many songs throughout musical history where people do covers of and it becomes a hit. Some of them are shit, some of them become a hit. I like the original. I like the original song. So that's why I picked like Carole King and Toys in the Attic and we'll probably do some Marvin Gaye albums. We'll probably do I like the original people that did the song. Sure. And then we can talk about maybe it was remade or something. But that's why I pick kind of very distinct albums, is because you're talking about the people that they basically did it first.
Yeah, the OGs.
The OGs per se.
Yep. That's
So
fair.
I don't know
agree.
if you noticed that in the stuff that I'm picking, where it's very like specific, like Toys in the Attic, a Mama and Papa song that basically created a problem because that was after they were popular, and the song that's on there is Monday Monday, and then they did that huge protest where she's eating a banana as they're doing Monday Monday promoting that song. So like there's a lot of stuff that we've talked about, and it's like we're going back and reviewing the album that we're kind of associated about some of the stuff that we were talking about.
Kind of, especially the Carole King album. I did not know she wrote a couple of those songs. I was surprised. On the other hand, this album we just talked about is completely stealing from everybody else. So it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's completely stealing from everybody else. For sure.
But it's great. I never got angry. Beastie Boys rule.
Yeah, some of the ones, the Letter and the Neon Rainbow, the Box Tops, they had a very, very distinct 60s sound, and they had 2 or 3 hits off of that album, and that's why I picked it, because the sound is very different. So I'm like, well, this would probably be something Julio. I don't know. He would either love it or hate it.
Well,
so
I'll tell you what. You pick next week. I will leave it up to you.
And then you can believe your eyes and ears by the Mamas and the Papas. Like I said, Monday.
I do like that. I like the Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah.
You
Toys in
don't
the Attic. Bob Seger, Night Moves. Yes, I'm partial because I'm from Michigan. Yes, but
save that one for when you're ready to argue with me.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay. Night Moves has Rock and Roll Never Forgets. Rock and Roll Never Forgets.
Okay.
Great song. Night Moves, another great song. The Fire Down Below. We got a fire down below.
I'm gonna nope all these songs.
Sunburst.
I know that one.
Sunspot Baby. Oh no, these are Night Move songs. These are not from the actual album. Give me 1 second.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Okay. So it's Rock and Roll Never Forgets, Night Moves, The Fire Down Below. All three of those hits, great songs. Sunburst. I don't remember.
I agree with the first part of that sentence.
Sunspot Baby, Main Street, Down on Main Street.
Yeah.
Come On Papa, The Ships of Fools, Mary Lou. Yeah.
Mary Lou's getting out tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that
I
one.
can't believe that you don't like Bob Seger. I don't understand a Michigan slappy, but this is a freaking great rock and roll album.
I don't only not like Bob Seger. All the songs you shouted out there, I cannot stand.
Why? Why can't you stand them? It's a great rock and roll album.
I don't know. Why did you only listen to 4 songs in the Stevie Wonder album last week? Because we have different tastes. That's why. And that's what makes it fun. You present something
like you're a rock and roll guy. How do you not like a rock and roll album? Or at least appreciate the rock and roll album. That's the part I don't understand.
To me, Bob Seger is Bruce Springsteen adjacent. It's just not my type of music.
No.
Let me explain that.
Bob Seger started so many freaking careers.
Well, I don't know anything about that. Did he?
Kid Rock, #1.
I'm not a big fan of his, but go ahead. It's not my thing. That's all.
I don't get it.
It doesn't mean I don't appreciate that people like it. It's just not what I listen to, and that's what
Free Willin' by Bob Dylan. That's Bob Dylan's first studio album.
You did. I didn't think I liked Bob Dylan. You did say you should listen to this, and I did, and I said, you know what? I like that more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
So I'm with you there.
And then Pain in My Heart by Otis Redding.
I know Dock of the Bay from him. That's all I know, which I like.
Well, I tried to pick it so at least there was one hit on there.
I'll listen to whatever, dude. I don't care about
albums that there's like
Derek. The stuff I like, there ain't no hits anywhere. I'll listen to whatever. I don't care. I'm good.
In my okay, so Pain in My Heart, The Dog, Stand By Me, oh, Stand By Me. That's on that album.
Okay.
Hey, Hey, Baby, you send me.
I like that. See,
That's
you're so
album.
Detroit, Derek. That's where I'm not a Motown guy, so you know a lot of this shit about Detroit stuff, and I don't.
You Send Me was written by Sam Cooke, but it was on Otis Redding's album.
I love that song.
These Arms Are Mine, these Louie, Something to Worry Me, Security, That's What My Heart Needs, and then Lucille.
Yeah. I'm sure I will like that.
And Otis Redding's the one that died in a plane crash at 26.
Yeah.
I've actually been to. Okay, so he was very proud to be from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to, and it's on my channel where I shot a video outside of Otis Redding's place where he was landing his plane coming back from a show and crashed it. He's actually buried on the property in Georgia. but the family is very secretive and they don't want to open it up for tourists to look at it.
That's good. I appreciate that. Keep that.
But
shit
outside
private.
of the gate, it says it's got his initials on it on the front part of it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's so cool. I wish the family would just open it up for maybe a tour once a year or something like that.
Once a year is good. Yeah.
Because that's where Otis Redding died. His plane crash. He's buried there.
Yeah. People want to pay their respects. I guess you should give them a chance to every now and again. I agree. I mean,
so that's
sitting
why
on the dock of the
that
bay
one, because there's some bangers, and it's one of those things where it's like some people don't know. Like, I tell you the name of the album, it's like, okay, I don't, I'm not a huge Otis Redding fan, but then when I start reading the songs, it's like, huh, really?
Okay. Well, you let me know what to listen to for next week, and I will listen to it front to back because I'm a soldier like that, Derek.
And then there was one on the Mamas and Papas, and I can't remember the name. I'll have to do a little bit more research. I think it's the third or fourth song on the album, written by the Beatles.
Oh, that's a cover I don't know about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Beatles wrote one of the songs on that album for the Mama and the Papas. So when we get to it, we'll be talking. Because I know you're a super fan, and I read that I was like, oh, so Paul McCartney and the writing duo wrote one of the songs on that album.
I love it.
So I don't know if it's a cover, or if they wrote it specifically for that, but we can get to that when we get to that actual album. So yeah, we're gonna do Toys in the Attic Aerosmith next week.
I'm ready for it. I love me some Aerosmith, so that'd be a good one.
Yeah, the drug Aerosmith. Yeah,
yeah, that's right. They were better when they were on drugs. As much as I said earlier, I hate potheads. I'm like, well, sometimes it works out for the best. I guess.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see here.
Yeah, give me the track list on Toys in the Attic before we do it next week. I'm curious. The Train Kept a Rollin' might be on there. Come Together, another Beatles cover might be on there.
Toys in the Attic is one of the songs. Uncle Salty, Adam's Apple, Walk This Way.
Okay.
Ben 10-inch Records. Is this? Wait a minute. Yeah.
Oh, Big 10 is Suck on My Big 10-inch. Yeah, know that song.
No more. Round and Round. You See Me Crying. I think that's it.
Not a lot of hits, which is right up my alley. I like the deep cuts.
Hold on, let me just confirm, because I looked at a website and I don't know if it's completely.
That's fair.
Okay, so yeah, Toys in the Attic, Uncle Salty, Adam's Apple, Walk This Way, Big 10-inch record, Sweet Emotion, No More, Round and Round, You See Me Crying.
Sweet Emotion, you say? That song is just ridiculously good.
So great.
Yeah, I agree.
It just says Tyler and Hamilton wrote it. I don't know.
Hamilton is the non-Joe Perry guitar player. He's the other one.
Okay. Wow, he wrote a lot. Like, he wrote everything except for like 2 songs.
Yeah, don't underestimate the rhythm guitarist.
Yeah. It's going to be a great album. I mean, Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, and No More.
I'm looking forward to listening to it. I haven't listened to it for so long. I had it on vinyl back in the day, and it's kind of escaped my memory, so I'm looking forward to getting reattached to it.
Yeah. And we watched a video a few months ago about them, and they still sound great. Tyler Perry is up there in age, but he still sounds great.
Steve Tyler sounds amazing. He sang a song at the
Oh, did I say Tyler Perry there? Steven Tyler.
I got you. I didn't want to point it out. I wasn't going to actually you. I was just gently correcting. But yeah, he sang at the last Ozzy show, the big Black Sabbath reunion giant show. He sounded amazing. For all the drugs and drinking he's done, it's insane that he sounds that good.
And then I enjoyed the interview that our guy did with 2 members of Aerosmith. Steven Tyler wasn't there. Yeah. He came out with that a few months ago where he did like a 2-hour interview with 2 members of Aerosmith.
I didn't watch
such
it
a
all.
Great interview.
Is it good? I'll check it out. He's like banger after banger. He did all 3 members of Rush. He had Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and the new girl drummer. And he's great, man. I love his channel.
Somebody was making fun of him in one of my comments of the videos, and I'm just like,
who?
What?
Rush?
No, about Rick Beato. He's like, "Will you Rick Beato slappy or something like that?" It's like, what are you fucking talking about? I think he's a pretty good interviewer.
He's interviewed.
Like, some of these people are fucking dumb. It's like, holy crap.
People like to hate, Derek. That's the way it is. I don't get it.
I think it's some guy in his basement that fucking listens to like anime music or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Bob Seger, maybe.
Oh, don't even be making fun of Bob Seger.
Come on, that was easy.
Son of a
You threw
bitch.
up you threw me up a fat pitch. And all right, man.
All right, so yes, we are done. So another fun stream.
I had a great time.
Yeah, hopefully people enjoy the streams. I don't understand why we have kind of casual listeners. I think we always put on a pretty decent show. I really do.
All we can do is do the best we can, and hopefully people will like it. And if they don't, they don't.
Oh.
What are you going to do?
Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll probably have to put it on private for a minute to see if nothing gets copywritten, which I'm assuming that rock and roll record show probably be copyright, right?
Maybe.
So I'll have to check it out, and then I'll re-release it as soon as it's done doing its thing or whatever, and then I'll start putting all the videos out and all that stuff in the next couple of days. So
all right, keep hustling. I like it.
Yeah. I'm going to hang out with my aunt this weekend, so I'm going to pile up the videos on the channel. That way I can go hang out with some family for a couple of days.
I'm doing nothing this weekend. So
oh, nice. Cool.
Well, we'll see. I'll find something to do.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, everybody have a good night, and we will talk to you. Bye. We'll talk to you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
That's it. See you, Derek.
Later.